contained.
No, let him hang, sister.
No, free them.
She called me into her room this morning. She beckoned me. She said, Tucker, come here. I'm dying. And I walk in and she's just tits splayed.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
That's how it felt to me.
I was on the phone and Tucker came in to feed the cats. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm not covered up. And so I was trying to rush to wrap myself in my little blanket and be a lady.
And be a lady.
Lady. Unfortunately, my tits were out, though. So it's just part of it.
I don't know what's unfortunate about that. I'm gonna be real with you. Like,
and I didn't mind.
I didn't either.
free the titty.
Oh, I already had them. I had like 2 plates of them yesterday. Girl.
Like, this is...
I know. Like,
I need the recipe for the salsa that they put on this. Or, like, what salsa brand did they buy? Like,
I'm certain it's a recipe, and I don't know. I don't remember who made it. It might have been Michelle.
Did someone bring back potatoes?
no, this is chilaquiles. It's like a breakfast food that's common in Hispanic cultures where they have, like, tortillas or like chips as well, and they like layer it with some cheese and some salsa, and you put eggs on top. Some people also do beans as well.
Delicious.
And it's delicious.
It's really good. It's really, really fun. I don't even like chilaquiles like that. And I ate these and I was like, oh damn. Okay.
Home.
You're coming home.
Well, I mean, I was in the kitchen while she was taking the food down, and she said, Kaylee, do you want some chilaquiles? And I said,
Yeah.
Is there some left? And she said, yeah. And I said, yeah, girl, make me a plate.
Right.
Like, what?
What do you think, Juno Spore? Normally the
The chips are like
crunchy. It's not like
Yeah.
mushy.
Oh,
This is mushy because it's a day old.
yeah,
Right.
I don't mind the mushy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, normally it's a lot crunchier, which I think if those were crunchy, they would have been perfect. But
I'm picky about my tortillas because I ate a bunch of like just regular store tortillas when I was really sick one time, and now I associate the flavor with being ill.
I've
Nice.
done that before.
Yeah, so I can't stomach store bought. I usually do homemade.
It's part of the reason why I don't do crackers like that. Like I'll do like the little golden buttery crackers, but any other kind of cracker,
A nice saltine.
Sick.
Mm.
I'd rather die than eat a saltine and not be deathly ill.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, to be honest with you, the last time I wanted a saltine, I was literally kneeling over the toilet in San Francisco.
And that's the only time that's what they're made for.
Yeah.
Ashton said, slay the dragon boots this morning in D&D. So
Oh, thank you, Ashton.
You better watch out. We're slaying you.
we're slaying the dragon boots. So
Is African really new?
I'll be right back.
I hope they do come up on New Year's, but if they don't, that's fine. If they do come, though, they're also going to see me kiss all of the homies. So
That's what New Year's is for. It's kissing the homies here.
I'm gonna be kissing the
That's the
homies extra
tradition.
hard this year, actually. Like,
Every year we get drunk and we kiss the homies at New Year's.
And who's
very
to say
important.
they
It's a
won't
part of the
do it?
ritual.
Yeah, what do you mean we're not? We definitely are.
We are.
I am. Personally.
Definitely
I mean,
are.
sorry, no tongue. That's reserved for a special someone, but
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
understandable.
what the fuck is my shrimp bag?
I get my tongue that way.
Shrimp bag. Where are you?
This was never previously said out loud. Where the fuck is my shrimp bag?
Oh, we are in another document, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably am gonna have to go to the first one to get to the second one, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
That's
I don't have it pulled up, but I was gonna say I can send the link.
I didn't update my character sheet yet, because I was working all week. So
Fine. You guys are not going to be like no battle for at least
No battle.
4 or 5 sessions. I
Yeah,
don't want to
no
do that shit
battle.
again.
And I did kind of want to wait until after this session to do it because you told me
Sure.
about the room. So
Yeah.
We're just gonna be having a conversation this session. That's fucked up.
For fun, I
It does
think.
feel kind
That's
of
not true,
crazy.
but okay.
I will start a fight for fun just to make something.
we said we will start.
Not in real life. A fight.
Io's gonna be taking volunteers to beat the shit out of them, so don't worry.
Ghost
Yeah.
appears like.
Ghost and Orion are like, wait, really? Wait, really?
Well, don't worry about it.
Ghost
Okay, let's go ahead and get started since we have a limited amount of time today. With Juno having to go to work. Yeah, we can all shame them later. Yeah, so last time you guys defeated Oscar, killed that motherfucker. No casualties, at least in the party. Yeah, you destroyed the fuel tank, destroyed the drill. Yeah, won the ship. I'm trying to remember, and there is one thing I wanted to do real quick that was like we kind of did it a little bit at the end of last session, but I wanted to elaborate on it more. So Mel, when the Moonbeam Moth comes and like talks to you, she says thank you, and is like grateful to you, and like you can kind of like hear like she kind of echoes it for you, like the little like happy like of the little like baby moths starting to like being able to feed and hatch. But she also says, when she says thank you, she says something like a word to you that you don't understand, and it's like in the context of like she goes, thank you. I didn't realize that there was, and she goes again.
Sorry, come again?
She kind of like tilts her head a little bit, and she goes, "Oh, I guess it's an old word, but roughly what it translates into for you, is life speaker." So she says, "I didn't realize there was another life speaker again."
Who are you talking about?
She kind of like flutters a little bit and goes, "You." Gets a little irritated.
Well, there's a lot going on. I wanted to make sure. I don't know what that means.
She goes, "Oh, I am not familiar with all of the responsibilities, I guess I should say, of that, but she goes, it is not usual that people are able to speak with me like in this manner.
Oh.
It takes
I didn't know.
Yeah, a special kind of magic to be able to cross the I want to say it's like almost like a language barrier, but it's more like a magical barrier of being able to understand like her.
Okay.
And like specifically to be able to like keep her egg safe and to like make sure that like to hear those like the little moths down below, because nobody else can hear it but you.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, I suppose that's something I'll keep to myself for now, but I would like to share later with the group.
yeah, she doesn't really elaborate much more on it because it's not like she has children to tend to.
Right. Yeah, this doesn't feel like the great time to bring up that I'm like, I don't know, the fucking Tower of Babel for moths or whatever, but
Yeah. But she like wishes you luck and says like the word again on your journey. And you see that she kind of like flies up and like slowly like vanishes like into like moon dust. And you can again hear just like very like faint echo of like her down below in the caves with her babies.
Baby, hooray!
yippee.
Yippee!
Yippee! Yeah, I just forgot that I forgot I didn't say that in the last session, so I wanted to mention that to you because that's important.
That's something important.
Okay. So, you guys are coming out of this like crazy chaotic fight. The rendezvous point is just like a couple miles or so. It's a little bit of a drive or a fly, I guess, away from the actual battlefield. As you guys are coming out, specifically Mel and Io's group, Dia, who is with you, gets a very urgent call from the capital of Puck. So Dia is still governor.
Yeah.
That's
Forgot about that.
crazy.
We are in Puck is in a like they have called a state of emergency basically, and they need their
Yeah.
approval to start like initiating emergency services and doing stuff for that.
Is that what the phone call is about?
Yes. Yeah. As you guys are coming up, you regain like I don't know service or whatever. I mean, I guess you had it there anyway, but like, it starts like going like crazy because like they knew that Dia was at this site to sign the legality of the drill. And so you can kind of hear like assistants on the phone being like, "I'm so glad you're okay." And Dia like talks in a very for someone who was just like having like a moment, like they talk in a very professional and like direct way, and you can tell they've kind of like switched like into like sort of like their professional like government type like facing public facing role. So as you guys come up to the surface and all that stuff with the moth happens, Dia like turns to you and goes, I like gives you like a really big like hug, Io. And as you guys are like hugging or whatever, like says in your ear, have to go.
I will just be like, I gotta go too. You had quite the mess to clean up here. I'm sorry.
They give like a bit of a chuckle. Roll me an insight check.
Yippee. It's really good. It's really good. Just give me a second.
Okay.
It's a 9.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2 and I got a 9. So
One could say.
or you could take my passive.
What's your passive?
17.
That is okay. Okay. We'll get to that later. That's an insane stat. But that was not something I was aware of. But I'm sure it's on your character sheet. I just have not looked at it. I will say because you know Dia well, even on like a 9, like you don't know, you can't pinpoint exactly like what it is, but like Dia has gone very like quiet and is like very much looks like they want to like take control of a situation. So they like kind of have like a little bit of a like, you know, they want to like be your older sibling, but they also are a governor. Who are
I think
responsible
I'll
for
like
8 million people.
sensing that will just be like, you got more important things to attend to. I can handle this.
They give you like they like squeeze you even tighter, and they thank you. I think they don't really know what to say. Like, give
Roll another one.
Roll
Put it
another
on the
one.
floor.
roll another one. Give me another one. I'll be nice.
Okay.
Put it on the table.
That's gonna be a 26.
Okay. Dia is someone, they are your older sibling, and I think they have taken that like title very seriously throughout their life. So they are not exactly used to like, it feels like at that moment, like you were the older sibling and like you were there to protect them, and they feel that that is their job. So they are grateful for what you did. And I think they feel a little bit perhaps uncomfortable with being the one who was protected, or saved, I guess. So they go, I'll make sure Papa and Callista are well taken care of while you're gone. And now with that man dead, perhaps I can help Puck get to a better place, or at least try to wade the storm that's about to happen.
Yeah. And no more corporations. Cowboys will help you. You know they will. You're not alone in all that. I
They don't really,
while.
huh?
I think I was gonna tell them like I'm gonna be leaving for a while. I don't know when I'll be back, but I trust that Buck is in good hands with you. You've always taken care of it.
So true.
Oh, he's gonna get the chilaquiles. I know.
It hasn't always felt that way, but they go, you are so very, like, they kind of like take you out of the hug and like put their hands on your shoulder, and they go, you are so very strong and so very, if there's anyone who can do this, it's you. And they give you like a little kiss on your cheek, and they go, I'll be in contact, and they give you like some contact information. It might be a little bit sporadic for right now, but I will do the best I can. I love you.
I love you too.
And they go to also give Core a hug as well, and like say a little something to them as well that you don't hear. And then they nod to both of you, and yeah, they're in the chaos. Like there is like, I think you guys arranged probably like transportation or something to the like rendezvous point. So it's much quieter, I think, for Morgan, Hebe, and Solara's group. This is kind of where Mel and Io are, is kind of ground zero. So there's a lot of other shit going on. And in that chaos, you guys kind of get into, yeah, you get a lift, you call a lift.
The driver's playing the worst
As Dia's
music
leaving, can I
possible
do
for
like
the moment.
as Dia's
Huh?
leaving, can I just do like a little prestidigitation on them just to like remove any like blood stains or like burn marks or like any like, just to like freshen them up as they're running into this really important governor role.
Yeah. Yeah, you do that, and like they do look down at themselves as they kind of like go up into like an airship, and they like hold on like at the top because it's like one of those like military airships or whatever, and they look down at themselves and look down at you, and they just mouth good luck, and they give you some sort of like, I'm sure there's some sort of like Lunarian like goodbye or like tradition like between the two of you, and yeah, I guess also before they do that too, they, in addition to like saying they'll keep Papa and Callista safe, they also say the farm will be well cared for. So yeah, they go ahead and fly back up. As you guys are on the way, Mel and Io, Core, Ares, and Rune, as you guys are all on the way to the rendezvous point, Core gets a call from Enceladus, the head of the Cowboys, and they put it on speaker, I guess, some sort of speaker way. And basically what Enceladus says is that their Core's father was killed in a retaliation attack by Eclipse on the Cowboys base. So the Cowboys are currently evacuating from the base, the home base, and Aurelian, Core's father, was helping people evacuate from the medical wing when their ship was bombed. That kind of like sits in the air for a second between all of you. Core doesn't really react, at least not at that moment. And so Enceladus goes on to say that the Technics are without leadership right now, and the Cowboys are currently trying to regroup and keep the momentum of this attack going so that Puck can be free. And they also have gotten word, like with other Cowboy organizations across the Lunar Realm, that this is kind of like set off like a catalyst, basically. And Enceladus kind of ends the call with Enceladus themselves ends the call with we are at war and you are now a general, and congratulates Core before ending the call.
Congratulating someone for being a general because their dad just died is crazy. Crazy work.
It is a very crazy thing to say, and that is not lost on Enceladus, so this like call is not like a very happy one, it's a very somber one.
Okay.
And it's like that way that he says, like the way that they say like, oh, congratulations on being a general, they go, General, congratulations. We will see you soon. And it's the call.
Very tough. Very tough stuff.
I will just like grab their hand and hold it.
Yeah. I think, yeah, you do that. You see Ares like kind of like very somber type is also you can't tell, but you can probably guess that Ares is like messaging something to Core as well. But they kind of like lower their head so that like the brim of like their cowboy hat is like obscuring like most of their face, because this is not a happy thing to hear from them either. And I will say, yeah, before the call ends too, Enceladus does address Ares and goes, your assignment hasn't changed, soldier. Do what you can.
Yeah.
What was their assignment?
Aries comes with us. Because they're the only one who can read our tattoos.
I see.
How
Yeah,
convenient.
your assignment hasn't changed, Lieutenant. This might be the key to us winning the war and securing freedom
That's
for the realm. And Ares just nods, and like Core kind of relays that for them, since like there's no image or anything.
I think Mel just kind of like sighs like really heavily and leans back. Like they were not really looking forward to the war starting.
Core takes a second, and before they say anything else, they pull out like a little drive from their pocket and go, while I was trying to find the GPS chip on the drill, I was also able to download some of the details, the technology they used. And they like look very sad. Now now that my father is dead, the mandate of this region falls on me. And And I think at that point, Rune kind of like ushers like like at least like a couple other like they kind of go, or he kind of goes, if you need your space, take your space. We'll be right here. And kind of ushers maybe like probably like looks over at like Mel and like Aries, to see if they would kind of give you and Core space. Io.
Yeah, Mel doesn't say anything,
Yeah.
but they just kind of like nod and acknowledge that.
Yeah, I will say maybe at this point, like this call comes at the end of you guys' ride, and so you guys are landing at that point, and so Rune kind of like, yeah, gives you gives you Mel specifically like a, and Aries just like kind of nods towards Core, and like follows you guys too. So it's just you, Io, and Core. And yeah, Mel, you guys are met back up at Skeletor with Hebe, Solara, Orion, Morgan.
Are we? Who are we going with first?
Yeah.
Like the Ios or?
We'll go with Io and Core first.
Cool. As soon as everyone's gone, I'll just be like, you have to stay. You can't come.
Think at that. Roll me an insight check with advantage.
Yeah. 29.
They have never been very good at hiding emotions, and you are exceptionally good at like seeing them. They like have their head down, and they are definitely like crying, like very like small like plasma like tears are coming from the corners of their eyes. And you say that, and they kind of just like look up, like they can't really like look at you right now, and like they're trying very hard not to like feel the weight of everything that's crushing on their shoulders. And they go, all I wanted was to be with you on the farm. It's all I've ever wanted, if we're being realistic, if we're being truthful here. And they look at you this time, they go, I want to come with you so bad.
I want that too. But this is where you're needed. Better that way, anyways. I think on that, I will like take Core's hand and like slide it up their shirt and put it over their heart and be like, it does not beat anymore. Solaris told me that I need to keep it warm in some way, and knowing that you are here, protecting our moon with Dia that will be enough. That will give me the warmth I need. Keep going.
They take oh sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so stay here. Free the moon. Free a couple in the area too. And then I'll be back.
They take your other hand and they do the same thing, and they slide it up under their shirt as well. And you can like feel it beating. The plasma heart or whatever.
I think with that, I will say like, keep this beating for me.
roll me an insight check with like triple advantage, bro. Like I don't know.
Just like so many.
I was like, as the DM, I feel like you can just tell them.
You get another.
too.
That was 3 I rolled.
Yeah, but triple because one
Oh,
advantage.
Jesus.
So triple advantage would be 3x.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Whatever.
You said with an insight?
Yeah.
Yeah, 17 plus 7 is going to be a 23. 23.
Yeah. Yeah. No, at that point, yeah. That was exactly what they were going to say to you. And they give you such like a like somber, like so like familiar, like sad smile that they go like through the tears. I told you. You always know what I'm about to say. I'll keep it beating for you. And I'll wait for you until you get back. And they like lean in and like they grab you by like the by the cheeks and like just like pour everything that you guys have had like the past like 10 years or so into that kiss. And kind of like it's almost like it's very hungry and it's very like grabbing and like can't get enough. I would like to be in your skin type of kiss.
Yeah. I feel like it's almost to the point that like as they're like grabbing at each other, like I always like Core's like plasmoid form is like almost being like pushed. Oh, like
You're definitely breaking like yeah, you're definitely breaking like the like whatever like physical barrier that like keeps like the shapes like his like their shape like because they plasmoids are like born with a certain amount of plasma and then they can decide what shape they want to take. Their shape is like almost like conforming to yours. Yeah.
I think as they're doing that, I will toss up another prestidigitation and fill the room with all like the warm lights, and then just like break and be like, "I will see you around."
They like give a little laugh as like they're still holding you close and like looking at all the lights, and they go, "We'll see you around soon." And at that point, give you like a very like soft like kiss on the cheek. And they go, "No, then I'm part of the mandate. If you or your party need something, we are here for you. I am here for you."
I will like give them another kiss and be like, "I will always need something from you," and then they're gonna leave the space. I think.
Okay.
Or I will
as you leave,
go and kiss them and go to leave the space while it's still full of all like the little warm prestidigitation lights.
as you leave, it's kind of like at the last like Core holds onto your hand until like the last point where there's just like no way and like it like falls away as you both break contact. Mel, I want you specifically to roll an insight check with advantage on Aries.
Alright, word. Let me fucking locate my dice.
After while Mel is doing that, so after you do all that, Aries does also approach Core when the time seems appropriate. And they kind of like speak a little bit, and you're not really able to hear what they're saying because it's kind of far away. But Core is Aries' friend as well, and they would like to say goodbye. The entire time that this is happening, because it's like nobody's really looking necessarily, but it is happening out in the open. Aries, like every like so minute or so, like the hat gets like lower and lower and lower, so nobody else can really see what is going on with them. And like when they go up to talk to Core, they, I think for the first time you see specifically, they do have a little bit of tears in their eyes. Like they also don't wish to leave. And like you can't really see it very well, because they're doing the like thing. And they also give them and Core like exchange some things, like they put their hands on like each other's shoulders, and then like Ares also pulls them in for a hug, and then as they leave, like yeah, Ares does not speak to anybody as they get into the ship. Yeah, brothers, we out here.
Misery for everyone. Misery all around.
And I only never mind.
No, you can do something. Go ahead.
I don't know. I would like to like sit near Ares, not like invading their space, but just like trying to sit in that space
Hovering.
with them.
They don't
Yeah,
move or do or say anything.
that's fine.
I think you do try to sit like near them while you guys are getting up on the ship. And they immediately turn to Mel, because this is Mel's ship, and go, "Where's your bathroom?" and like sign it to you.
Yeah, I'll direct them to the bathroom and be like, if you need a moment, there's also a few spare bedrooms too.
They just nod and like, yeah, go into the bathroom. Yeah. So you guys are all back together again. Yay!
Yippee!
After that heartbreaking.
Hey, we blew stuff up. We did it. And us being like,
No,
Like the war like trenches.
That's not the vibe. That's not the vibe you're gonna be getting.
Yeah, we have to debrief. Like,
Especially after how
The
like
vibe that you're going to be
went.
getting is, why the fuck was Finnegan there?
Yeah. True.
Solara is pissed off, tired, angry. There's no yay, we did it. She's irritated.
Yeah, our shit was like ridiculous.
can I like?
Yeah.
She is
Yeah.
irritated. She is not happy right now.
Can I like put on a pot
Yeah.
of like shitty like space coffee and like I know the map we have of the ship, like there's like kind of like that back room area with the tables.
will you
Yeah.
send the map of the ship?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
also
go
look
ahead
for
and-
the ones that I modeled.
I know they're in.
Yeah, the map that I gave Sam is like a pretty rough map, but we can kind of use that because there is a lot of, so there's like, oh god, there's all of you guys, the party, plus Rune, Ares, and Orion. There's 8 people on this motherfucker, so we might have to expand a little bit, but it'll be a little cramped.
Close proximity? I'm just saying.
Well, I
Shared
was imagining
room?
it as like a bunk situation, not like a
Yeah.
single bed per
Yeah.
room.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna add like a big like room or anything like that, but like I would say perhaps the space is a little bit more expanded. That way you guys aren't like literally on top of each other. Like there is like there's like an observation deck on the top floor. At least like that's kind of what I figured. So that's kind of like a space that people can go and like it be like alone if they wish to. Or like yeah, the bedrooms at least will have like at least 2, if not 3 people in each one. So we are not getting a lot of privacy, but
Yippee.
Yippee.
oh yeah, brother. No, I literally, while you're bringing it up, Sam, literally as you like said that, Tucker, like the heartbeats for you, that's literally what I was gonna say for like for Core. So that's why I was like, Yeah, roll with like 5 quadruple advantage. Because you read my mind.
So we're all just like gathered in that room.
Where is it? In the
Yeah, as you guys are going up, I don't think. Yeah, I think at that point, Bo, would probably like Bo was with Skeletor, like when you guys got there. So Mel, if you want to say goodbye to Bo, you are welcome to as well. Before he is also being like flown back to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I suppose I'll go over and just take the keys and be like, thanks for driving her over. Did you check the oil and all that?
He goes, "What do I look like? Stupid?"
Well, a little
And like,
sometimes.
hey, okay, and like tries to put you in a headlock. Be nice.
Yeah, I think Mel like wrestles like out of the headlock and like gets him into like a bear hug and is like, "You take care now."
Yeah, I think he does. Like, you kind of, it almost feels like this is like, he really is like your little brother. He is smaller, even though he is taller than you, I would say. Like, he's not like, he's definitely still a child. But like, he, like, yeah, gives you back a big bear hug too and goes, be careful. And come back. We miss you.
I think Bella's gonna swap hats with Bo and be like, "Yeah, I have to come back. You take care of that."
That's fucked up, bro. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he does like give a little like tug on it. And it kind of slides down a little bit on his head, and he goes, "Looks better on me anyway."
Shut up.
Go on, get
Yeah.
hero, and like gives like says it very like sarcastically.
Yeah, Mel will tip their hat and be like, "Damn, this thing's sweaty. You're gross."
I work hard so I can play hard. Yeah. And I think also before he goes, he will tell you that he was like, "I will tell Hobie and Luther about what happened here today, and I will make sure that they know their big sibling, and hopefully you can come back soon and be a part of that."
I plan to. I'm tired of being away from home.
Tired of being away from you too. And yeah, with that, he goes off to war a little bit.
Jesus.
He's a soldier now. Just broke that.
Getting heavy, guys. Getting real. Yeah. So you guys all get onto Skeletor. Ares, as you guys blast off, Mel, Ares comes up into the cockpit. And like this is something that, he can, or they can like look, it can be around all of you guys. They do ask you, Morgan, to remove your shirt. They message you. Yeah, because that's the rune that you guys are going to, and they need to check
Oh, I got you. Okay.
the death.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
Vouching.
very silently, very solemnly take off the shirt. Little fucked up still, I think. They got down to one hip.
You what?
They're a little fucked up still. Like
Yeah.
blood everywhere, lots of cuts and scrapes, but they do as they're told this one time.
Yeah. Ares, like, you guys can see, like, they study it for a second as, like, you take off Mel from Puck. And and then they turn to you and they sign that the tattoo leads to somewhere near. So what the Wild Space Republic is. Every, as I've said, all the realms are different in the way that they govern themselves. The Wild Space Republic is divided up into districts, and so the districts themselves, I think I did put this in that big note stock, but I will send it again. The districts themselves are kind of based on like population, or like they're honestly it's kind of arbitrary, like the borders and things. But they say District 1, which is Titan, the capital of the Wild Space Republic. Titan is so big that it qualifies as its own district.
Wow.
And as they sign that to you, Mel, Rune says that is a good place to get lost right now.
Mel just nods, and I think I'll turn to the controls and plug in the coordinates and all of that. And then I'll turn to Rune again and say, well, I suppose actually I should ask you. I assume Mel's pretty versed in traveling, so I assume they would be familiar with like how to get like travel permits and stuff.
Yeah, you and Rune kind of discuss back and forth, because Titan is a place where security is lax in certain places and not in others. So Rune can kind of help guide you through that process. And because Skeletor is not a registered like vehicle, he goes, I may have a way to get you through security on there. Yeah, so he gives you kind of all the information that you need to plug in, at least to like get to the security checkpoint outside of Titan.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he goes, I have some contacts that could help.
My Junospore.
Oh, okay.
Oh, bye, Evie.
Here. Yeah.
The other
Yeah,
thing
and then
Mel would like to ask Rune,
Go.
just at some point on the journey, we should look at maybe getting Kibo up to speed on how to fly the ship so that we're not relying on just one pilot.
I think you say that, and Ares is still in the room, and goes, you don't have to do that. Like signs to you, and goes, Kibo would, and they like turn to like the little robot who like has just like, you guys like come in and like Kibo's like almost looks like sleepy.
Oh.
But like crawls up onto like Rune's shoulder and sits, and goes, but like Ares goes, we need as much pilot experience as possible, or as many people who can pilot the ship as possible, just in case. But if you are out of commission, I'm more than capable of flying this. And they kind of like look around, and
This
you see
ain't
them
no
judging a
this
little
ain't
bit.
no standard drag ship or off the out of the factory ship. This is a custom build. I might need to show you the ropes on this one.
They kind of give like one of the sides just like a little kick, and like one of the compartments falls off, and they go, I think I can manage. You might want to fix it up a little bit.
Hey, the parts that are important are sound. Don't worry about the what's the word I'm looking for? Decoration.
Right. Right. They, yeah, give you a little bit of perhaps a little bit of a judging look. But they go, and they go and sit next to you in the co-pilot chair. They go, have at it. And Rune nods to the two of you, and like pulls Kibo off and sets you guys down, sets him down in front of you guys, and goes, well, actually, no, he doesn't do that. Let me retcon that. He goes, Kibo will need time to process. He has also been learning a lot. So perhaps in the coming days, you can have him plug into the ship and download what you need. Yeah, and Kibo does look like very like low energy battery, but he looks like he's slowly waking up.
Yeah, I think as Mel like fires up the ship and gets the engines warmed up and stuff, they're just kind of like pointing out stuff to Ares, like, you know, this is where this is. This switch is a little bit funky. You know, the windshield wipers don't always work. Sometimes you have to bang the dash a little bit. You know, the way you would show your friend around like your beat up car that you drive. That's like they close the door and the glove box falls out in their lap type deal. They're showing Ares all the quirks.
Yeah, I think like at one point, like you're showing them and they're following like pace for pace with you. And yeah, you say like, oh, this key might fall off for a second. And like before you even like get through half the sentence, like they're already catching the key in their hand and putting it back on. So
Mel
they follow.
doesn't know how to feel about that. I think they get flustered for some reason.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not even. I think there. So if you want, you can roll another insight check on Ares, Mel, and that will be the final one we'll do.
Okay. She's cocked. Okay.
Uh,
13.
13. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you cannot read Ares for shit right now. But like you also are someone who like you've been around a lot of like people who like always have work on their mind and like are farmhands, hard workers. Like this is kind of the like mindset they have right now. They are work. They only want to focus on it. They don't want to focus on anything else.
Feelings.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, as you guys get situated in the cockpit, Rune and Kibo come out. Do you guys want to do like room assignments or something too?
Ooh.
Or just be like, oh my gosh, roomies.
Well, Mel, it's your ship.
So let's.
Yeah, I would say that's up to Mel.
It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like in this layout, not counting like the big back room, which is kind of where like you guys can plan and stuff.
So
and there's 8 of you.
3 bedrooms, and then those 2 smaller rooms that you're seeing, I think, were commodes in the map that you had sent. And then the back room and the main room.
Okay.
How many of us are there? There are 8?
Or maybe it was a bathroom and storage.
There's 8. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll say like probably one room will have 3, and maybe the other 2 will have 2.
That's 7.
That's 7.
So 3, 3, and 2.
So we could do Orion and Solara,
Naturally.
Hebe and Rune,
No.
and then everybody else can be over in the other room.
Hebe, Rune, and then someone else.
Io, Mill, Morgan, and Aries all in one room.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think Mal would actually like volunteer to sleep in the cockpit. Probably.
That's fair.
Yeah, I imagine it's gonna be all the people from the moon in one room, and then it'll be like Rune, Hebe, and Morgan in one room.
Yeah, I think Mel's probably got like a pretty sweet setup in the cockpit with at least one of the chairs.
Cute.
Okay, so what's the official?
So Moonfolk in one room, Solara, Orion in another, and then. Well, Mel said they're going to be sleeping in cockpit.
Maybe.
Mel's sleeping in the cockpit, so it would be Aries. The people who are left are Aries, Morgan, and Hebe. Or no. Yeah, I guess it would just be Aries and Morgan.
So
Because Solara, Orion. Oh, Aries, Morgan, Io. Sorry.
yeah, so Io and Aries, I guess, could share a room. Would that Mel, would you
be
put them in
fine.
a room together?
It'll be fine.
What?
Okay. I like
Sorry,
that
Jaya,
idea.
say that again.
Oh, I said I guess Io and Aries are sharing a room. Hebe, Rune. Okay, so yeah, Morgan.
Well, if it's Hebe and Rune,
Yes.
you guys are sharing a room, then it's Solara and Orion. There's only one room left. So that room
So we
has to
can
have
put-
3 people.
We can put all the beds in one room. One room.
Again. Okay, so Morgan just needs to go in one of these 3 rooms.
You love
with-
to do oops one room.
Morgan,
So we know for sure. Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, like, Morgan could be with any of the 3 rooms. It would just be if Morgan has a preference between Aries and Io, Solara and Orion, or Hebe and Rune.
Morgan set their stuff down, their tactical belt in one room, and then have immediately gone to the kitchen to find snacks. So they're not really focused on
Who's where?
yeah.
So roll a d6 and see what room they set their tactical belt in.
I will say, whatever room you did, Orion does like snag a room for Solara and him. So
Okay.
he does not allow anyone else to come in
Okay,
unless
so
Solara
yeah.
wants.
I'll roll a d4, 1 or 2. Morgan
No.
bunks with Io and Aries, 3 or 4 Morgan bunks with Rune and Hebe. That's a 4, so Morgan's gonna be with Rune and Hebe.
Nice. Well, Mel could have a bed in the.
That's actually so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
So
Okay.
it's like Mel can kind of decide if they want to sleep in the cockpit or sleep in the Io Aries room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Morgan would just sleep on the floor if they really just did not want to sleep anywhere. I think they give
Yeah.
a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Mel were to take a bedroom and they weren't sleeping in the cockpit because it was like in use, it would definitely be the Io Aries room.
Mhm.
I feel like Orion would probably take room 1 for himself and Solara.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Orion and Solara are probably in room 1 and then everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Papa.
I guess maybe 3 for the bigger group since it looks a tiny bit bigger.
Yeah, I
Third.
think the square footage of that room is slightly larger when I modeled it out. I still need to put beds and stuff in, but
Hit. Single bed trope? Question mark? No, I'm just kidding.
we
Cool.
can flavor
Oh, I
it how
like
you
it.
guys want with the beds and the rooms. I think there needs to be at
No,
least
it's
like
okay.
a couple bunks, but
Yeah, no,
I would,
fine.
yeah, I would say probably like you would have like a bunk bed or 2, like in that bigger one, or like a bunk bed at least in like the bigger one.
Yeah, like bunk bed on the wall next to like the commons area, and then like a single bed under the window on the opposite wall. Come here. Come
I will make an executive decision that the one that Solara and Orion take is just one bed.
here.
Nice.
I think
wouldn't
Ryan-
ask for it, but thank you.
Orion like comes in, like and like kind of like gestures for you in, and you can see he's already made like some sort of like makeshift like bed or something on the floor.
of course.
Solara,
Cavalier
are you gonna-
style at the foot of
For
the
a
bed.
week-long space trip, sleeping on the floor.
She looks at Orion very pointedly and looks at the pillow on the floor and goes, "Well, you are not a dog."
And he's like, but what if?
Yeah, he like takes like where he had put the like pillow and stuff was like you guys can see like in room 1, like the part of it is like right next to like the engine. So there is a bit, you guys do have a bit of a hum, some like white noise in the background. And so he was going to take that part because it's like probably the loudest part of the room. And he gives a little bit of a laugh and he goes, "Thank you for that." He goes, "I did not wish to make you uncomfortable."
Good room.
And you know,
Yeah.
princesses.
They do
says it
have
next
a
time with,
room.
sarcasm. He goes, and you know, princesses, you know, they need their beauty rest.
She doesn't really like acknowledge the first part of it. She just kind of smiles and goes, "Well, I certainly wasn't sleeping on the floor."
So is that like indicating to you, or I guess like, do you tell? He asked you, I guess. Is that a request?
Yes.
Did I not sleep on the floor?
Yes.
Roll me an insight check with advantage.
Oh, you said with advantage? Okay. That is. I'm glad it's with advantage. It's a 17.
He gives like a little smile, and that at that, and he goes, "As you wish," and takes the pillow and stuff off, and takes one of the sides of the bed. He does look like with the 17 insight, he is much relieved that he does not have to sleep on the floor. And he also there's a little bit of a nervousness in his laugh whenever he like laughs a little bit at your request. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Sexy. Room 2, Aries Isle Melt. That is a crazy room. Okay. Yeah.
I would like to go find Hebe.
Sorry, go ahead.
I would like to go find Hebe if possible. And
Yeah.
try to have
So
room
I will
potentially.
Sorry, hold that thought 1 second.
Okay.
Before you guys start with whatever you want to do on the ship, because I'll go through all of you and see what you want to do.
Okay.
There is one thing that you guys need to do. You don't have to do it now. You can do it later in the session, but you can make investigation checks on the tablet full of the mandate information that Aurelian gave you.
Yes.
So yeah, but you can go ahead. Io, what do you want to do?
Oh, just find Hebe and be like, "Can I have a minute?" And like gesture to one of the empty rooms.
Sure. I'll follow Io.
Cool. I think Io aesthetic change. I want to say that their tattoo has turned into like a frosty white color instead of the all black since they picked up their rune, and their eyes are all like whited out with like a frost as well.
Ooh.
And I feel like Hebe looking at them can tell that they just look colder and like a little bit more pale. And they just go, "I don't think my heart is beating anymore."
Hebe immediately touches you and like feels that you are physically colder, and then is like, "Huh." And I feel like she'd have a stethoscope somewhere in her stuff. She is a cleric.
Yeah, for sure.
No. Mel, does your ship have like a med bay or like a?
I
Like
would
a
say
first
that's
aid.
probably either in like the kitchen area or the downstairs like loading bay.
Okay.
I'd probably downstairs because that's like the first place you're gonna get onto the ship.
Okay.
Cool. Then maybe
Yeah.
we go down there instead of one of the bedrooms. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we could just retcon that we went down there. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Hebe's gonna pull out a stethoscope and like listen to several different spots on your chest and be like, "Yes, that's quite peculiar. I don't hear a heartbeat at all.
Am I still alive?
Kaz, would Io's lungs still be working?
Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Okay, I can do
Can
that.
I give advantage by explaining like what happened?
happened?
Like I like picked up the swords and I felt this like chill run all the way through my veins to my heart.
Well, even with advantage, that is a 13.
Okay. Yeah, on a 13, you can Io's like system still seems to be like working. But it's like almost like being held together by some sort of like magic. If you want, you can do an arcana check with the swords too.
Okay. Before that, Hebe's just gonna be like, it's bizarre. It seems like your lungs are still working. So, do you trust me?
I don't. You're the only doctor. I don't have much of a choice. So do it. Do what you do.
Okay. Hebe grabs Io's hand, takes her dagger, and like nicks the tip of their finger.
Mm.
Okay. As you do that, like you kind of like push on it a little bit. You do feel pain, Io.
I will like
And
put my hand back and flick it a little. Be like, oh shit, man, that fucking hurt. That was worse than being shot.
Sorry.
and you see like blood does like come out, but it's like much slower than like bleeding would normally be for a person.
Fascinating. Okay. Yeah, did we bring Rune down with us? Is he also here, or should I go get him?
We can grab Rune. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we should grab Rune too. Maybe it's not just a physical thing, but a magical thing too.
Yes, I definitely think there's something magical at play here, and he's better versed in that than I am. So yeah, Hebe will go. Find Rune for the first time, interact with Rune for the first time since before this fuck ass battle. Yeah. Are you coming with me, or are you gonna stay there and then?
I will just come with you.
Okay.
Or well, does Hebe tell Io to come with?
Probably. I don't think after their last interaction, Hebe's ready to like face Rune on her own.
I'll go. I'll tag along, yeah.
Okay,
and it's like sucking on their finger, trying to like you like when you like hurt your finger and you're like kind of like sucking on it a little bit.
Hebe goes, oh sure, and then casts oh shit, what do I have? Casts Cure Wounds.
Yeah, I will say, at this, like all like I mean we'll you guys haven't like obviously like gone to sleep yet, or maybe some of you had, but you can all take a long rest. So
Okay.
Heard.
I'm assuming my spellcasting modifier is a +6, so I'm assuming no matter what I roll, that will be enough to fix Io's finger.
Potentially, Io pretty severe burn marks and has also been shot. So
Oh, that's true. So I should just cast it in general and like fix you up a little bit. I mean, even though you're gonna long rest, I can still, because I'll also long rest and then I'll just refill the slot. So let's see. Io gets back 9 hit points.
yay.
Okay. Yeah, we go upstairs and yeah, I think Hebe lets Io take the lead on this one and just kind of follows Io.
Io, do you want to make an insight check on that, or do you think Io's not really paying attention?
No, Io will. If Hebe's being weird in a way that Hebe isn't normally weird.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Not very high. 4 + 7 is 11.
Hebe, what does Io get on 11?
I think you can just tell that Hebe's like weirdly nervous, but you have no idea why.
Cool. I will just like not.
Nothing to say. Yeah.
Nothing to say about that.
Yeah.
Hebe, you're being weird. Am I okay?
Well, you seem to be fairly normal, except the no heartbeat thing. That's a little odd, but I don't know. Hopefully Rune will have a bit more insight into whatever is going on here.
Cool. Then I will like go up and find Rune and give the same spiel, but maybe the more like magical version of it. Like I picked up these shards and felt like my heart stopped and froze over. And Talaris warned me that I need to keep it warm.
Is it green?
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at some spells right now.
You're good.
Yeah, Hebe will kind of chime in just to be like, I did check they don't have a heartbeat at the moment. But their lungs still seem to be working. They bleed, but slowly.
Yeah, you guys find Rune. He is in like kind of this like main area, just like sitting at a table, kind of looking through the tablet a little bit. And Kibo is just like sitting next to him on the table. And yeah, you guys explain that. And he goes, "Can you bring out the shards?"
Oh wait,
To
I was
Io.
gonna ask about that. The shards. How does that work? Like, are the swords like in, like where are the shards at? Like, are they still sheathed at my side, or are they like do they go magical ethereal place?
No, they're still at your side. We might flavor it later that you could dismiss them into like another plane and then bring them back like on your command. But they're with you. And if you want to study them a little bit, you can see this isn't something I could really put in the like actual picture that I like gave you, but like much like I guess you guys wouldn't know this, but like Solara and like Morgan and Hebe, when you guys saw Kireth's sword, much like Kireth's what you guys can see, instead of it being in like kind of the hilt of the sword, it's kind of like within like kind of embedded in the blade itself. So like in Crescent Strike it has like a very like silver like gray type of tone to it, and then you can see like there's almost like a little like indent of like something that was like welded inside. And like on dark side it's the same thing.
Cool. I will like unsheath them very poorly and like throw them down on the table. I wouldn't touch those. My heart stopped beating. So
Ghost
Rune
and
like
Hebe
jumps a little.
Ghost and Hebe's head just goes, well, someone needs to teach them how to handle swords.
Yeah, I will say also Ghost.
I will like have the little spirit thingy and their ring come out and like go play with like Kibo. I'd like kind of like almost like flip their ring over and dump the little guy out on top of Kibo.
Oh yeah, hold on. I have stuff for you guys. I forgot to give this to you. So this is for you, Io. And then Mel, you picked up Oscar's like pistols, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
These are for you too.
This is so huge. Hell yeah, brother.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, brother.
I've been spelling that with an extra letter. That's okay.
Wow. Wow.
These are sexy.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Refurbished
you
by
can
Mel.
You can flavor the design of them. That was just the best one I could find.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Poor Evie.
Oh god, we look at you.
Evie is gonna get axe.
Yeah, you dump the little like Larua on the desk, and it like you try to like dump it out actually, and it like won't come out.
I was like flicking the hand like, get out of there, come on now,
Get.
It like
come on, get.
It hits the desk, like the like table with like a and it looks at you very angrily and goes and like kind of like tries to like push you back a little bit.
I will like scoop them up and like one of those little ball thingies where it looks like you're not like the ball is like floating, you know? What's the little magic ball thing?
A fushigi.
We'll grab the little guy and do that and like shuffle them over towards Kibo and just like push them in the motion Io was teaching them that Kibo likes to draw.
Oh yeah, I think they as you try to do that, they like kind of like like go like this, like a dog that's like shaking off its like wet fur. And it starts like you almost get the sense it's like cussing you out in whatever like language it can like say. And because it doesn't like to be controlled, it's a very chaotic little guy. And as that happens, like Kibo kind of like starts doing that little motion again. And the like Larua like gets distracted by that and like watches Kibo for a second and then like starts like
Dude.
yeah. Yeah. Rune like looks at the Larua. You can see like in his mind he's like, we don't have time for that. And turns back towards the swords. And like do you like tell Rune like everything that happened with the swords, like with Solaris and everything, or do you keep something to yourself?
I think Io will like share everything that happened. Yeah, Io will just like put it all out there. And if anyone else is there too, Io won't try to like do it like secretly.
Okay. Is anybody else in the rooms right now? What are you guys, before we get to like this whole scene with like Hebe and Io and Rune, where is everybody? What are you guys doing?
Well, I guess when are we debriefing? Like, is that happening now? Is that happening later? Like, when is this happening?
I imagine we probably all need to rest for just a little bit before we debrief. So
Yeah,
I
I
was
feel like maybe
assuming that
start
Mel
fresh.
was kind of like in the cockpit dozing and watching over like the instrument cluster or whatever.
Maybe Io won't
Yeah.
share everything yet, just like give the like bare bones and be like, I'll tell the story later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, I think like Rune. Sorry, go ahead.
I will just go, am I alive still?
Rune kind of like claps his hands together, and as he does that, like the like strands of like purple kind of like come off from his fingertips. And you see again like his eyes kind of go to that pinpoint area, and like he kind of like enshrouds you with it. And as he's like doing these motions and stuff like that, it's not a good roll.
Can I also roll an Arcana check now that we're up to speed?
Yeah, you definitely can, or you can give Rune the help action, whichever one you want to do.
Yeah, I'll give her the help action.
It's a much better roll, actually. Okay. Yeah, how do you help Rune?
I don't know. Shit. Okay. I guess Hebe like tries to channel some of her magic to Rune so that he has more to like work from.
She like helps him channel, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. He like as he's doing it, he kind of like takes a little bit of like whatever you're offering, and kind of like that helps him like kind of constrict a little bit more or like constrain the properties and stuff. And he goes, weird. I'm not getting an undead like sense from you. But you aren't exactly alive in the sense that I would typically classify it as. And he goes, whatever this sword is, whatever the shards are doing, they're he almost like is like think about it, and he kind of like blows up almost like a picture, like a magical picture, and it's like you can see like maybe like the cells of like whatever like is in Io. And like you can see like he kind of like makes like two images and he goes, this is kind of like normally what like cells look like, and he goes, this is what yours look like now. And you see that like the little like cells that like make up you as a living person, like they have an almost like extra like thing to it. Like there's like something that's like not a parasite necessarily, but like a symbiosis like happening almost. Like it's like digging and worming its way like through the like cellular like membrane and like embedding itself inside you. And he goes, it's not taking, well, he goes, if it's taking something from you, it's replacing and giving you something in return to do it, but it's different. So he goes, it's almost like it's like the magic itself is like tying you to the swords. And he goes, if you want my professional opinion, I would not that there's really anything powerful enough to do this, but he goes, I would make sure that those swords are or the shards are never destroyed.
Cool.
I think at least like he's like, I'll have to study this more. But it's almost like it's like becoming a part of you.
Hebe
Yeah.
literally looks like a kid on Christmas. She's like standing behind Rune, like peering over his shoulder, like bouncing on her heels, like
She wants to do a laugh.
Phoebe, please, I'm still a person. I'm still Al. I know it's fucking weird, but I'm still a person. Don't look at me like that.
He goes like Rune without even like glancing up goes, this will happen to you too, Hebe.
it's remarkable. I just want to know what's happening. Can I do hear you, and I do, yes, you are still my good friend, Io.
Is that a question?
I don't really understand the dynamics of this group, even now.
Not well socialized.
I don't think I've ever really had friends before, so I don't know if that's the appropriate term to use.
I think you're my friend.
Oh,
Or at least well on the way to being one.
that's
How about I'm gonna go sleep because I've been shot and I'd like to fix that.
Something shot.
And I can meet you in the lab first thing in the morning and you can take some of my blood.
that's.
Well, is there a lab here? Well, you can do what you do.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at improvising at this point.
Yeah. I think at that too, Rune like takes down the magic, and like nods towards you, like turns to you, Hebe, and goes, if you need any assistance, I am here to help. I am also quite and you can see he has that crazy look in his eyes the first time that you didn't feel pain. So he kind of like, it's kind of like you guys are kind of like, I don't know. The energy is like the same a little bit. Yeah, he's just being a little bit more low key about it because he, like, you can all tell that he looks really tired.
And also has some modicum of social awareness.
Yeah. And he goes, he looks down from like you, Io, to the swords, and back up to you, and goes, fascinating. And then the last thing he does say is that he goes, the swords also seem to have a great deal of Lunarian magic in their own. He goes, the arcane signal on these is unlike anything I have ever seen. So I can't fully classify it anywhere. But he goes, there is quite a large Lunarian influence on it. So he turns back towards you and like to the like, the white in your runes, and like whatever. And he goes, I suspect that is it is what is happening is a physical byproduct of the sword's magic melding into you. He goes, I'm not, and he was like, the heart is a more interesting question that I will need to think about more. So I will let you know. But for now, you should, yeah, you feel hunger, do you not? You feel like tired?
Does Io feel those things?
Mhm.
Yes, I feel everything.
That's good. Keep it that way. Let me know if that changes. Yeah. And he, allows you to go if you want to go rest.
I will get a big bowl of slop of whatever Morgan is cooking up and then just go like lay in the bed holding the swords in one hand and like kind of cuddling the bowl of slop and pass the fuck out. Not even taking a bite of it, it's just sitting there, whatever bed is available in the room, and we'll knock out.
I think as you leave, the little like Larua, it like goes and like goes back into the ring.
I will like pop them back into the ring. So now you want to come
Yeah.
with me. Okay.
And like goes back in. Cool. Yeah. With that, I think all of you guys can take a long rest. The trip itself will take about like a week to go from the Federal Lunarian world from Puck to Titan. So you guys have about a week to do whatever you'd like. So we'll go one by one. Unless there was like anything else you guys want to do on that like night before you all decide to sleep.
Are you gonna let me have an awkward Hebe and Rune are now alone moment?
Well, shoot. Did we decide? Okay, where are we?
Anomaly.
Is Mel, are you sleeping in the cockpit on that first night, or are you coming into the room with Io and Ares?
The way I picture it is kind of like, you know how like pilots on a long haul flight can't just walk away from like the instrument cluster. I picture it kind of like that, where they have to take shifts, so they're probably like kind of sitting back in the captain's chair doing like this number.
Yeah. I think Ares at some point like taps you a little bit on the shoulder, and goes, you can take a rest. I can at least monitor the controls up here. I'll let you know if anything crazy happens.
Thanks. There's coffee in the kitchen if you need any. And then I'll go crash, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I think Ares is gonna stay in the cockpit by themselves. Io, Mel, you're in your own rooms. Kibi, you come in after, or Rune comes in. I don't know. Actually, are you going to bed first, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I think Hebe would probably walk off, like, if not when Io was leaving, then like immediately after. Probably just when I was like, I need to go to bed, just kind of nods and like walks toward the room.
Okay. Morgan, are you in this room, or are you still slopping?
Who I'm slopping?
Yeah, they're probably in the kitchen. They're cleaning up any messes they made. I think.
Cleaning up their mess.
But they do have like yeah.
Go ahead.
They have bowl served for everyone who wants it. So, but
okay.
I'm running with the theory that Solara's passed the fuck out. And she's gonna wake up and then worry about some food. Like,
yeah. Yeah, so when you get in there, it's just like Rune, and he is like taking off his like coat and like putting like his boots at the end of like one of the bunk beds. I'm assuming it's just like 2 pairs of bunk beds, right? Sam?
Hmm.
Or is there okay. And he's taken like one of the bottom bunks of the beds.
Hebe kind of considers her options and the fact that Morgan is like gigantic and probably would not do well on a top bunk. Ends up
Morgan
taking
seems like
the
they
one.
top bunk. I don't know.
I think she ends up taking the one above Rune just so she doesn't have to look at him right now.
Yeah, I think as you come in, he kind of like looks up at you and he's like very tired. And he goes, "Plenty of room." And like he's just like gesturing to like all the like bunk beds, and stuff. And yeah, you take the top one above him.
Yeah, I take off my
Yeah,
lab coat for the first time, I think, this entire campaign, maybe.
A shoulder, perchance?
Kid.
yeah. What is underneath your lab coat?
I say, is Phoebe stacked? Does she got titty going?
Yeah, I need a description stat.
Bloody little tank top, perhaps.
Oh,
I really hadn't thought that far. She's just wearing like her style is very like academic, like button-up shirts, slacks, lab coat. Like she does not have drip at all.
in my brain this entire time, and I don't know why, she's been in a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. That tracks too. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, we can say turtleneck. She's wearing a
She
turtleneck.
takes
with,
off
like,
the lab coat and it's a turtleneck underneath.
It's a turtleneck, but it's just like absorbed. So she like
The lab coat comes off to reveal a second lab coat.
Yeah, she takes off her lab coat. She takes off her shoes, climbs into the bunk, and just lays
Yeah.
there staring at the ceiling.
Make as you take off the lab coat. Yeah, I will ask. Yeah, did we get a physical description of Phoebe? Like, is she like what is like her like physique look like? I guess.
I don't really know that I've thought about this. Hang on, let me.
We discussed
She's
it briefly a
tiefling.
while back, and I think you were waffling on it.
Yeah, I think she's like definitely on the more like skinny side. Like she's kind of almost like as obviously like a tiefling can only to some extent be like scrawny, but she's kind of she's been like
Nerd who
studying
gets
her whole
stuffed into
life.
lockers.
Yeah, pretty much. Like she's just kind of willowy and like yeah.
Yeah. I think like as you take, you also notice like Rune, like when he takes off his trench coat and stuff, like he has sort of like a let me check actually. What do I want? Yeah, like some sort of like because I think I've shown you guys the picture of him before. Some sort of like it's like very like sloppy, like green, not sloppy necessarily, but like it like is like a wrinkled like green, like muted green, like collared shirt, with some of the buttons undone. And he like yeah, I mean you can see like just a little bit of like chest peeking out. And it's like, you know, like red hair and stuff like that. I would say yeah, he's kind of a hairy guy. And yeah, I know you like that. I know what you guys like. Don't worry, I got you.
She's trying
And,
really
like-
hard to not like look at him at all.
Okay. Go ahead and also make an insight or perception check on Rune if you want. If you think Hebe would. or if you think Hebe's just gonna go straight to bed.
No, I think she will because she's still incredibly anxious and awkward.
ahead.
That's a 21.
Ooh.
God, okay.
Oh.
Remind me again. What was the last time that you two? Oh, it was in the base, wasn't it? When you guys had that conversation, right?
Yeah, and then we had a really awkward breakfast afterward, but it was basically like that really like the moment where he basically said something about like he couldn't see my future, and then I asked
Yeah.
what was in his future, and he just like shut off again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like on a 22 perception, like you take off your lab coat and like he's still like in the middle of putting his stuff away. Like there's probably like little compartments, I'm assuming, like in the rooms. And he's like he sets his like boots down like very like neatly next to his bed, kind of like a soldier would. And when he looks up, yeah, you're taking off the lab coat. And you guys kind of like catch each other's eye for the first time since that happens. And on like a 22, well, okay, actually maybe not what would be your insight?
That was insight.
Instead. Oh, that was insight. Oh, okay. Yeah, on a 22 insight, he like you remember the last time you guys had this conversation that he like was like, you are not like, I don't see like, I see a woman now. I don't see like you are not a little girl anymore. Like you've changed or whatever. You can kind of see that like reflected like in like his eyes. Like he definitely it's a little bit of a curiosity, I think, for him. He's not I don't think he's not blushing necessarily, but he is like he does give you a look over. And that does kind of confirm to him that you are in fact like a very like different person. And with a 22, maybe his eyes linger a little bit longer on certain places, but he does it in such a quick way that he doesn't like he kind of like looks away like very quickly, like he's been like caught like with his hand in the cookie jar. And he goes like he nods towards you, and he goes, good night. And I don't know, has he ever said your name before, or has he just called you Dr. GB?
Actually, no.
I think
He goes, he says, yeah, he just says goodnight, doctor. And nods towards you. And then like on a second thought, as he like kind of like turns towards the wall, he like looks back and he goes, great job today. I heard about your team's what's the word? Your team's success in destroying the field center.
Yeah, Hebe just kind of like looks down and like nods very shyly and goes, good night.
Yeah. And you guys, oh, he making biscuits. God damn, he is hard as fucking work, bro. Like, give that man a break. Yeah, and with that, he nods and he turns away to go to sleep.
Damn, yeah.
So.
Hebe climbs up to the top bunk and probably passes the fuck out at that point, honestly.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I was gonna have Morgan come in at that moment, but I was like, nah, I feel this is better. Yeah. So from now until until like maybe 15 minutes before we end this. Just a quick check-in. Juno, are you okay if we go for 3 hours until like 1, or do you need us to end sooner?
1 should be fine.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So we have about an hour and 15. I really need to pee, so maybe let's take like a 5-minute break. And then when we come back, you guys can think about what you want to do, what your character wants to do, and I'll go through each of you guys one by one, and then we'll make the investigation check. And yeah, we'll get on the way.
We could do Morgan first too if we want, just in case like we do run a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it like what we want to do over the course of the week?
Yeah, so my plan for this session is you guys will tell me what you want to do over the course of the week. And then you will also, like, at some point, like, I'm sure all of you will want to be there. You can make the investigation check on the tablet. And then I would like to end the session with you guys getting to Titan and kind of set up the next session so that when Brian is here in Chicago, we can, like, introduce his character rather quickly. So,
I'm
think about
so
what you wanna do.
fucking excited.
All right. 5, 10 minute. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're so baby boy.
Yeah, girl. How fun.
Toxic yaoi in my home? Not even toxic. It's doomed. Doomed yaoi in my
Yeah.
home. Nothing toxic about this yaoi. This yaoi is
This yaoi is really wholesome, but really sad.
it's really fucked up.
The one quote that's like, oh, this is not a love story, but love is at the center of it. Like,
tough.
Yeah, there's a part of me that wants to believe there's a possible like happy ending for Core in the cards, but I don't know with the way Tucker rolls. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Unfortunately, it will be likely many years before they see each other again. And I imagine that is the narrative, that it is them seeing each other every couple of years and being like, you are still the love of my life. And then the world is ending and we both have to do something about that.
Eventually, I think there will be a peace. Like, I think there can be a happy ending, but it's like no one knows what I'm going to say, actually. So let me just not.
No, speak on it.
I'll have to watch Block Sales before I
Yeah.
meet you with
Oh,
hammers.
I should actually get up and go pee too. Sorry.
You all have to watch Block Sales.
And one has to imagine if, like,
Because I can't tell you what I want to tell you without ruining the
let me
ending of
mute
that shit.
this. One has to imagine that if Io is on a journey of freeing people from all like institutions, and Core is on a journey of becoming the leader of a massive institution, that will come to
Haunt them.
come to cross eventually.
I do think
Once again, Vinland Saga, everyone needs to watch it. The Viking shows are telling the narratives you're wanting to tell.
the Viking shows are telling the narratives you want to see. Okay.
It is. Yeah. We are on the same journey, but we are both approaching it very differently.
Yeah.
And like,
in the way that I imagine it, because like I made you guys watch the last episode with me like a couple of times, right? So it's like you're not gonna remember what happens, but like basically is it starts at the same premise as Treasure Island. So at the end of Treasure Island, John Silver has retired and he's with his wife. And Flint is drinking himself to death in a farm and like a work farm in Georgia.
yeah.
And it ends in the same premise. They hold each other at a sword point. They have this really crazy scene where they exchange like words with one another that are some of the most profound pieces of writing that I've ever heard in my life. And it ends with him begging. He's like, basically, like, I will wait here, like, sword in hand. I will wait here a day, a week, a month, as long as it takes to convince you to come with me, so I don't have to kill you right here, basically.
Yeah.
And he does that, and when he takes him to the work farm, the ending of the show that you are given is not that he drinks himself to death. You are given the ending that the love of his life that he thought was dead the entire time has been alive and at this work farm, and they reunite.
And they're boyfriends, Your Honor. And they're boyfriends.
Yeah, which is interesting because in every way, like Flint and Silver are portrayed as lovers, but they never kiss, they never hug, they can hardly make eye contact with each other. But they have this weird intimacy between the two of them that drives me up the wall.
So they should all
Yeah, right. So imagine being delivered to
Restless
the love
Dark.
of your life by
With a
the
temper
almost
piece that
love
can
of your
help.
life. The guy that cast you to ruins
Yeah.
and ruined your entire legacy and pirate reputation.
I think that's incredible.
Yeah,
I need
you need to
to-
teach the show.
Yeah.
Nobody's listening to me.
Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy.
We make sleep easy.
What the hell was that? Does Hebe have huge bazonkers? This is very important. This is very important to how I play Rune. I would like to know.
I wasn't envisioning her with them, but also like, the lab coat could hide a lot. So
They're like pretty average, you would say.
yeah, they're not like tiny and they're not like huge, but they're like decent. They're there.
Okay. What is happening over here? You guys are muted.
Hot goss.
Mm,
I can see Kaylee on two different screens.
Remember the time
I'm
we...
Kaylee Maxey.
Yeah,
I still have those screenshots.
I'm pretty sure I do too.
Sorry, I muted for a moment.
I heard what did
We
you
were
say,
talking
Lily?
about the time that you like we had you on two different screens, but you were
In the same, yeah.
But yeah, we'll say like, okay, Hebe has like average tits, but you like really can't. The lab coat really doesn't do her any favors. So
So like, yeah, she actually like, took it off and she has like a turtleneck on, and we all know turtlenecks are pretty form fitting. So
Yeah.
that was kind of what I had in mind. Okay, cool. Yeah. Love weird age gap.
Yowie.
Not.
Yowie? That is definitely not yowie.
it is very
Not
heterosexual, actually.
Yeah.
Not to me. This is Yowie in my heart.
We're the token straight couple.
And even,
You kind of are.
even if it did circle back around to being gay, whatever they have going on is not Yaoi, it's Yuri.
That's fair. That's fair.
That literally. Yeah.
I'm with
Thank you.
I'm-
That's what I was. Thank you.
That's Yuri.
Trans Mark, when's it happening? If you were a real ally, you would do it.
Well, that's crazy because I'm transgender. So
So,
So you're
like,
not a real ally.
so be about it.
I'm in the community. I'm not an ally, though. Thank you.
I
fair.
hate trans
Hear me out,
people.
Hebe and Ghost becoming less distinguishable, and Hebe like slowly becoming less and less binary because she's experiencing the world in the way of like a non-gendered entity.
It
Hot.
could be real. It could be yours.
Look at
That'd be real.
his face,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, shoot. I will say it's so funny. You guys talk and like have these ideas, and like in my head, I'm like, wow, Yeah, I never thought about that. Actually, I'm gonna do that now. And then I do it, and you guys are like, "Whoa, that was such a great idea!" And I was like, "Thanks."
Us forgetting everything we've ever said versus Kaz remembering it all and just doing it.
It's all going into Kaz's mind palace.
It does, yeah. I did want to do something with Ghost too. So when it comes to Hebe, we'll need to come back to that too.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I will take Sam's advice. We'll go ahead and start as we're coming back to Morgan. Morgan, is there anything over the course of the week that you specifically would like to do?
I think they
Or how does Morgan, I guess, spend their week?
Yeah. I think it's a lot of just keeping to themselves. I mean, they step up and like help with community stuff of like, we're cooking today or we're cleaning today or whatever. But I think in their free time, they spend it mostly by themselves in their room, and I think they try to contact Mrs. Gubbins a couple of times.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I should explain this too. With communication, since you guys are traveling like faster than light, you cannot receive messages from people, but you can send them out. At least not like a typical way. If there's some sort of magical means, so like for example, like if Io wants to commune with Solaris, that is a thing that you can do in this sort of like space-time area. But with technology, you're not able to like receive like messages or receive like news from like the outside world or anything like that. But you are able to send it, and it might be a little delayed, but it will get there.
Yeah. I think, yeah, they'll send something to Mrs. Gubbins. They'll keep it vague. That way, if anyone intercepts it, it'll be, they won't be able to understand it, but just like say, hi, Mrs. Gubbins. I'm sorry it's taking me so long to, check back in with you. I hope everything's okay with you and the pets. If you ever need anything, my apartment is yours. And I think there might be like a secret compartment somewhere in their apartment that they've shown Mrs. Gubbins. And I'm just like, yeah, my extra supplies are in the closet or whatever. And just to be like hinting of like, if you're in danger, you know where to go.
Yeah. I
Almost there.
I will just remind you specifically, Morgan, your home is in Titan. So your apartment is there. Mrs. Gubbins is there. So you are effectively going back. So whatever you want to do with that, you can. But yeah.
But then sign it off with like, I'll see you soon.
Damn, no accent? Where'd Morgan's accent go?
Oh, it's here. But yeah. I'm
Okay.
signing off with like, I'll be there soon. And give the pets an extra pat for me.
Yeah. Cool. Do you want to do anything with like dragon stuff?
I think near the end of the week, they are gonna like go back to the river and try to go up the river and try to contact Zifra.
Zifra? Yeah, you come back to like your space. You see if as you're like following the river down to Zifra, you do like glance over and you can see that the one leading to Anoxus has been undammed. So you're able now, if you would like to contact him in some way. And the one, make an Arcana check for me.
That's a 5.
Okay. The one leading, you do notice as you're walking along Zifra's river, and it kind of like at the point where it kind of veers off, you can see now that the one leading to Kireth has been damned. So somehow he has learned to do that. Yeah. The one to Zifra is still is also still damned. And I will say on an Arcana check of 5, you're not really able to like do anything about it.
Do they get the sense that like if they still like try to communicate with Zifra one way, that something will get to her, or does it seem like it's cut off on both directions?
Yeah, you can definitely like any of the times that you get the sense now that like Inoxus is kind of like giving you more information. Any of the times that these like rivers are dammed or whatever, and the like connection is blocked, you can sit by the dam and like, you know, do something or say something, and it almost feels like, you know, when like there's like, you know, like there's like force fields and like sci-fi and like bullets hit it and like it doesn't break, but the force field does like feel the impact of it. That's kind of how it is here. The impact is like much more muted, but they are able to tell that like you're trying to and like get a sense of what you were trying to say or do or whatever.
Okay. All right. I think they run their hands along the dam, try to find like the thinnest spot. And I think they try to start off pretty calm, of like, you know, I've learned your name, Zifra. I have so many questions. I really need answers. And I think, you know, some of like the frustrations and anger from the last couple weeks starts to bleed in a little bit. And you know, I've been kept from home for so long, and now they're trying to destroy it, and I don't know what to do. And she is out there without any kind of care. And I just need I think they don't really know what they need. And I think on that they kind of like punch the dam a little bit in frustration. And but yeah, they don't leave for a while.
I think as you like sit there, like when you punch the dam, it does like rattle a little bit, but it doesn't break. And I think as you like sit there, like kind of on the shore, like near the river, like little like flowers and like plant life start to like pop up around you, and kind of like it almost like feels like a little bit like home. Like she's adding extra things to make this feel a little bit more comforting. yeah, and you hear on like a breeze kind of like settles around this area with like the plant life, and you hear almost like a whisper on the breeze that says like soon. Um, yeah, that's about all you get.
I think they just lay in the flowers for a while and try to like catch their breath. Say, um, I can wait for a little bit longer. Um, do they get the sense that they can feel Spee through this, or is Spee very disconnected from?
Make another Arcana check with advantage.
Modded 20.
As you kind of like concentrate and like think about him, you walk. You walk a little bit longer. You lay down and you walk. As you keep walking, the rivers that are like the river that like is from Zifra, you see it's almost like, I don't know what they're called, but there's just like little tiny like streams or like estuaries, maybe that's what it's called. Let me find a picture real quick.
I think it is estuary.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here we go. The dam blocks most of the like rushing water, but as you keep walking, you notice that it doesn't block all of it. And these little like estuaries are coming out from it. And you kind of like dip one of your hands in. They kind of like run off from zebras, which is interesting. And like on a modded 20 Arcana, you kind of like dip your hand in one of them, and like you get like a very weak sense of like where like Spee is. And he seems like happy and content, a little bit frustrated with the lack of space that he's currently in. But he is being like, he seems to like be taken care of by Mrs. Gubbins and is like safe.
I think with finally knowing that, a little bit of relief finally settles on them, and I think they do shed a few tears. Uh, but are able to find a little bit of peace in knowing that they can find Spee and know that he's
Yeah, it's almost like Zephr's River is like dammed, but then it's like not dammed fully, and there's like runoff, and yeah, those runoff little trickles, like if you like put your hand in them or just like are by them, like it's Spee's signal.
Is Spee her son? Yeah.
Give me a history check with advantage.
17.
You recall, this is something I actually told you, I think in the one shot or before we started playing, that Spee likes to nuzzle into your little like dragon mark a lot. whenever he comes to cuddle with you. And you know that from what Inox has told you, that the dragon mark is like, well, I guess you would know anyway because you grew up with dragons. That is like a connection to your dragon, so it carries some of its energy. So he nuzzles in almost like he's like nuzzling, like a kitten nuzzling its mom. So it is not confirmed, TM, but you can imply, and especially with having seen like Zifra's the way that she looks, because she is like a pink and purple like dragon with white eyes. I think, let me find it again. Yeah, so remember, this is what he looks like as a little baby when you guys freed him in one shot. You kind of get a sense that, yeah, he bears like a very strong resemblance to Zifra.
It's so cute. I'm gonna kill myself. Look at that face.
A little grub.
It's a little fallow body.
You could just like, I bet if you put that in a little soup, like a bunch of those in a little soup.
You have to stop. Chopper of the girl.
I see the vision.
I don't know what that means, but
It's like a gnocchi.
Show it to you.
no, yeah. I just like, I bet they're real juicy.
No.
The eyeballs.
Can you relax, bro? Like, what the fuck?
It would be like somewhere between like a shrimp and a gnocchi.
Okay, moving on. God damn. Yeah. Yeah, you get the sense that Zifra is at least one of Shpi's mother. You have no idea who the father is.
God.
Sorry.
Like a burger.
Is there, Morgan, is there anything else you want to do?
No, I think that.
I guess with that information or in general.
Yeah, I think they just check on Shpi every day after finding that out. But I think that's everything.
Cool. Nothing. Gonna leave the other rivers alone for now.
Yeah. Can they like practice how to dam their own river?
Yeah, exactly. I will say, go ahead and give me, as you go throughout this week, I'll let you roll like an Arcana check for every day, and whatever day that you get above a like 15, you are able to also dam yourself at will if you would like.
Damning themselves.
Okay. For the sake of time, we'll go ahead. I will let you do that. Just like put in the chat what you want. Unless there's any like really big things you want to do, but it seems like you're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. We'll go with I guess also wait, before we get to everybody else, if you actually no, we'll go through all of you guys and then we'll get to the investigation check after. We'll go with, I guess, just Hebe. Hebe, what are you doing this week? What would you like to do?
I'm up in my lab, and by lab I mean some random corner of the ship that I've made into my personal workspace. I am being tested on a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hebe wants to take like she's maybe starting to pick up on some of the social cues to the point where she knows she can't just be like totally crazy, but she wants to take like blood samples and like maybe like a skin tissue biopsy to look at and like do some different
Yeah.
experimenting, add stuff to the cells to see what happens, like try using like necrotic magic on them to see what happens, try using heat magic on them to see what happens, like
Fucking that shit up.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you can definitely do that. I will say, because it is Mel's ship, you are very limited in your equipment.
yeah,
Assuming Mel does not have like a whole working lab on their ship.
probably not.
No, yeah, Mel has a lot, but I don't think they really dabble in like lab technology. I think you could probably find like a welding machine on that ship, but not like
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he definitely recruits Rune for like whatever he did to like enhance the cells to like zoom in on them basically. She has him do that a couple times so that she can like observe what's happening as she does certain things to the cells. Yeah, she's constantly muttering about the fact that she doesn't have access to a microscope.
Yeah. Go ahead. Give me like, I don't even know what that, like, it's just like straight intelligence check. As you're doing this, and I'll let you do it with advantage since Rune is helping you.
Okay. Ooh, that's a modded 20.
Okay. You, even with your, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just said I'm learning.
Even with your limited lab equipment, you see that the cells react. They don't react positively to the necrotic damage, which is kind of like that's kind of a given for you. And what it confirms to you is that it is living, and it's helping, like, or at least like is making Io live. So they don't like that. They also don't particularly like any of the heat or like fire or radiant damage. So, and you can probably tell it comes from like Solaris's magic, which is diametrically opposed to Helia's.
What does ice or like cold magic do to it, or does it make it like more functional, or does it just like not have an effect?
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, ice damage, or like, I guess, yeah, cold damage. It doesn't really have as much of an effect as it did. So Io is now like mechanically resistant to like cold damage.
And then the one other thing I would like to do. Ooh, this would be hard because again, like, I don't know that I would have the tools to do it right now, but Hebe would like to try to either via some kind of chemical means or via some kind of like crazy like microscopic like physical technique try to separate the Io's cells from the sample from the whatever the new thing is and see what happens.
I don't know if you have the lab equipment to do that.
Okay, then she's just gonna complain about the fact that she can't do that to Rune for like the next week.
Yeah, because like you can, because you don't have the microscope, you can't. The only way that you are really seeing how all this is working is because you took like blood or like bigger samples, but on a molecular level, you're not able to see what's happening.
Okay.
So you can try that when you have. I would let you try that if you have like more lab equipment in the future.
Okay, yeah. So Hebe does the test that she can and is basically like, there's so much still to figure out, but I can't. I'm pretty limited in what I can do here. I need buffers and equipment, and I need to run some tests.
Rune like chimes in and goes, enzymes would be nice, microscopes, and he starts listing off the equipment that you would need to.
Would y'all mind not having sex over me? You got a room for a reason.
Wow.
But I appreciate what you're doing here. We can do more when you get me in a lab or something.
Rune turns to you, Io, and goes, do you know what sex is?
Do you want to learn?
Kibo ass moment. Kibo's like, I can help.
Literally, like Rune, like you say, like, do you want to learn? And Rune goes, no, I know.
Okay.
He'd be as conspicuous
And-
during that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you both can bond over whatever the hell is wrong with my body nowadays.
Yeah. I think to that, like, does Hebe say anything to that comment?
The sex one or the bonding over whatever's wrong?
Either one. Yeah.
Hebe completely ignores the sex thing because she doesn't want to touch that conversation with a 10-foot pole. But she basically goes, well, I'm sure this is preferable to some people than me continuing to experiment on myself. So
You are much kinder to my body than your own, that's for sure.
she just kind of and then doesn't really say anything.
What the hell? That's crazy. I was reading her for pills, bro. I think at that Rune does say, like as like he's doing something, like he's not looking at you and he's distracted, but he goes, I always right, you can't feel pain, but your body will take damage. So I would be careful about those types of experiments.
Yes, Dad.
Oh, pull that together.
I'm gonna go now. Thank you.
She like does the full on as she says that.
You what?
She like full on like does the like teenager style like rolls her eyes as she says that.
Yeah. He like coughs a little bit, but like doesn't say anything. Is still doing something. Yeah. Anything else that Hebe wants to do?
I don't think so specifically. Yeah, I think if anything else would probably be ghost related, and I didn't really have specific thoughts for ghost, more just like I'm sure there's stuff that you had in mind.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, just because like we are running out of time a little bit, so I won't like super play this, but you do feel, or at least Ghost, like Ghost is an entity that feeds off of power, and the shards have an immense amount of power. And so throughout this process, like they get hungry. And like it's not really a hunger for like, it's like a very like primal, like this is just how like instinctive, like this is just how they are, as like whatever like entity that they originate from. But they do like you get like moments where like you feel like the swords like almost like are whispering towards you, but they're not like, it's not necessarily you, it's like you're hearing what Ghost is like hearing at times. So it's like almost like Ghost, like the way that it's affecting Ghost is also like bleeding into like your senses as well.
Ooh. freaky.
Yeah. They don't like, I mean, they don't like switch with you or anything like that since like obviously you guys have not agreed to. But yeah, they do like, they're more irritable, I should say.
Kiwi does try to like let them out a couple times a day at least for little periods of time just so they're not going fucking insane, but like yeah, she's really clued in on this research, and it's making it hard for her to like not want to be in the body most of the time. So she's like trying to let Ghost out, but not maybe as much as Ghost would like to be in control.
Yeah, and I think Ghost is also like fine. They're really okay with you doing all these experiments because they are in so close proximity with like the swords and stuff. They also like, this is just above table for you as you roleplay Ghost. I don't think they would tell Hebe this, or Hebe would know, but they are like, they can't really do anything about it. Even though like it's like something that they like, it's an instinct. They don't know why they have that instinctive need, but they do. And so, yeah.
So are they actively feeding from the swords, or are they just like, is it just like someone is dangling like food in front of them, but they can't actually get to it?
Exactly. It's like dangling food in front of them.
Okay. Damn.
But you guys all saw like the last time, or at least Solara, like with Kireth's sword, you can imply that like this is something that is not meant for anybody else to really touch, at least with bare skin.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. On that note, Io, what do you do for this week?
Io is going to try to get as many people as they can to fight them. So like they will spar with Morgan if possible. They will spar with Orion. They will spar with Rune. They will ask if Ghost wants to spar. Like if Mel wants to. Like whoever will like sit here and teach Io how to use these swords, Io is going to be like doing that.
Yeah. I will say just like above table, like I don't know. You like ask these people. I don't know how well like Morgan would be able to help you just because Morgan is like an unarmed fighter. I'm not sure. Juno, maybe you want to weigh in on that?
Yeah, so like I could help with strength training, and then if you wanted to learn a little bit of like hand-to-hand combat, or
yeah,
that's probably what I'd be more useful. I would might have a little bit of knowledge of like basic structure for swords,
Just
but
like stance.
like how to hold it.
yeah,
I think Io specifically would really like to spar with Orion if possible, but like we'll take like lessons from who they can about how to like use their body to attack somebody.
Do you ask Orion?
Yeah, I think so. I'll go up and be like, "You won't beat me up. I need to learn to use these swords."
He's like eating like breakfast or some shit and like chokes on it. What?
But well, don't play. I know you want to.
Why are you asking me this?
Well, I can't swing a sword at somebody who doesn't have one. You're the closest I can get. So let's kill two birds with a stone. You teach me how to use this, and you can punch me around a little bit.
Wow.
They lean back. Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Yippee. The first one they rolled is a 14, and then they hit a 18 plus 6 is 24.
Yeah, you say, are you like, oh, like what? Are you scared or something like that? And Orion like looks you up and down and like laughs and goes, "No, I'm not scared." But and go ahead one more time, make an insight check for me.
Oh, great. 19. Or no, 18.
You see that like he kind of like glances around the room and like Solara is somewhere, I'm sure, and kind of like his gaze kind of like stops for a second and then goes around. And he looks at you and he goes, "It would be helpful for everyone here if you weren't swinging that around like it was your grandma's cane."
Yeah, I'll on that will like unsheath them and try to like you like be fancy with them, and it's just not good.
Not
What are
in the
you what are you
kitchen.
doing?
Not in the kitchen.
Literally, Mel passing by says that, and Orion goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, let me finish my breakfast, and I'll meet you downstairs."
Heard. And I think I will just spend the whole week like training as much as they possibly can. So like they will spar with Orion and then cure wounds on themselves, and then they will spar with like Morgan and cure wounds, and then keep doing it as much as they can, and then sprinkle in like their visits with Hebe in between all of that, so they can get some cure wounds off Hebe as well, and just like really like just like
Her body, bro.
lock in and like learn how to use this, and also maybe get the shit beat out of them a lot.
I think one night,
Yeah.
like maybe towards the end of the week, Mel like looks at Io when they come into the bedroom and is like, "Hey man, have you thought about like chilling out a little bit?"
I don't know, man. Gotta learn to use the swords, I guess.
Contrarily, at some point when it's just Hebe and Io, Hebe gives Io a very knowing look as they take like another hit, and just like kind of wryly makes a comment of like, "My experimentation doesn't seem so unusual now, does it?"
Suppose it's a good way to learn. And
Yeah. Orion does not pull any punches with you, but he does do it in such a way that you notice that I won't even have you like, because you spend so much time sparring with him. He has definitely done this before um, as a future captain of like a very elite knight order. He's definitely like helped train his subordinates and like with other companions and stuff, so he is well versed in teaching you. True to your word, he does beat the shit out of you. But I think by the end of the week, like you are able to like block his attacks, and you're able to like really set up your form nicely, because he really like hammers home like form above all else. And you get at one point, roll me a, what kind of check would this be? Roll me a performance check.
yay. Okay. Please, I beg. Oh, that's so good. Okay. 20 not nat.
Yeah, you towards the end of the week, you guys have a session where like Orion goes a little bit harder and goes for like almost like a trick shot or something, and you like immediately like pull like one of the swords up and block it. And you get an almost like for the first time like a smile, a little like pleased smile from him. And he goes, "Good. Let's go again." And you've kind of improved your relationship with him. So you worked very
Who
hard.
knew all you had to
he-
do was beat the shit out of a twink to get to like them? Like, yeah.
Yeah. He respects your work ethic, which is what earns it from him. And you are a quick learner. So
Yeah, I think I will straight up just like buckle in the whole week is like eating Morgan slop at every meal for like the protein is like hitting the gym as much as they can. Like they know they can't learn how to use a sword in the whole week, but at least they can learn how to like hold it in a way that won't kill somebody on accident.
Yeah, and as you do this too,
How to use it a little bit.
yeah, as you do this too, you get better with the actual physical form of your sword, which is what Orion is training. And like you feel you are learning it faster, and it's almost like at some points it's like almost like the like sword like knows and is telling you. So it's like you kind of develop this like almost like combative like relationship with it, which helps make your progress go faster.
I feel like during it as well, like the little like Larua is also like will like trace out like a like movement that Io like realizes to like slice against, or like it like bops in a way of like, oh, like I need to move my body in this way or move my sword here, like during the spars, and like Io will follow that.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it will definitely like help in those ways. And then it kind of splits, like whenever you let it out, it like will do some of that for a while, and then it'll get bored and start like fucking with like the different like boxes down below in the cargo hold.
Yeah. And then if I can, I'd also like to do that all week, and then towards like right before we, or maybe the very, like, I want to commune with Solaris at one point if possible.
Yeah, you can do that.
We don't have to like role play it now. I was basically just going to request that they like keep an eye on Puck and specifically Core and Dia, and like if they find it to be helpful to themselves to like maybe cast a guiding hand on occasion.
Yeah. Yeah, for the sake of time, we won't roleplay that. But yeah, I think that you are able, they do like pick up with the Larua. And you see like whenever it kind of like the first like time that you saw this little guy, he was blue. And like a lot of them are like kind of like more like shades of like blue or gray. But when he decided to join, when this little guy like decided to join you, it changed into sort of like a greenish color. And so whenever you decide to commune with Solaris, it does like kind of like take on again like that bluish hue. And then immediately whenever you end communication, it comes back to green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping you would notice that.
Myself.
Dude.
Any other big things you want to do?
I don't think so. I think that's it. We'll just like train, get poked and prodded by Hebe and Rune, commune if able, and rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Throughout the week, yeah, actually, we'll go to Mel first before I say anything about that. Mel, what are you doing this week?
Sorry. I think the main thing that I'm wanting to do is like use the bees to perform some ship maintenance and try to like use that as a bonding / like learning activity, but like also make sure the ship is actually functioning properly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can, so what you could do if you want is, okay, I will say this. So during this time, oh, what is their name? Taliesin. Talison's bee, like one night as you're in the room, and Io, let's say like Io and Ares are out like doing something or whatever.
Ares can beat the shit out of Io too if they want to. I forgot to mention them.
I will, yeah, just to touch on what Ares is doing. Ares, you guys really do not see them. They do not make themselves available unless it's like really needed. You try to find them, and if you do, they like look at everybody else and they go, I think you have enough people to learn from. And they spend a lot of their time up in the observation deck. They don't really talk to like people unless like being spoken to or unless it's like needed. And you and Mel specifically don't really like, they are there. Like if they sleep in their bed, like they're not there when you go to sleep and they're not there when you wake up a lot of the times. Or they're sleeping up in the cockpit. So yeah, they don't seem to be really like participating a lot in the group.
I think Mel probably like tries to like at least have friendly interactions with them when they're like swapping off shifts and stuff, but they're not gonna try to push it.
Yeah, I think they're the politest to you, Mel. But like everybody else, they give like a very like short answer. Not necessarily like irritated, like actively all the time, but just like not really wanting to engage with other people. So yeah, there's a point in you guys' room where it's just you, Mel, and like the little bee that's connected to Taliesin. Comes to land like on like your forehead a little bit, and you like, it almost feels like Taliesin is like in the room like with you, but you can't like see, like you see them out of the corner of your eye, like the picture of them, but like as soon as you turn to see, like they're like not there. And Taliesin is able to contact you through like the magical means of the bees. And I don't know if you want to tell them about the life speaker stuff or anything like that.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was gonna have them do, is like look into what that might possibly mean, and probably mention it to Tally.
Yeah, Taliesin, as you like talk to them and you mention that the moth said that, you kind of feel like in you guys' connection, like it grows a little bit quiet, like through the bee. And they go, I have suspected it since the gala, since your trial for the guilds. I can't tell you right now everything about it, particularly because I don't know everything. But it is something that would be better explained in person. And they tell you that they are planning to, now that they're the guild is actually quite interested in like the like runes and stuff and this like shard business, as a matter of like galactic safety. So you can take that as you will, whether it's good or bad, you can't really tell. But they go, I will be, you know, over the course of this week, like they kind of help you get a little bit better control over your bees. And they do kind of what they do explain about being a live speaker is they go, it is much easier for them, those who can speak with the living, or all kinds of life, to be able to control and like understand different aspects of life. And so it made more sense why you had such an easy time, and why you have continued to have it has come more naturally to you, your like abilities with the bees and the colony and everything like that. Roll me an insight check too.
17.
They are telling you the basics, and they did tell you that there's not everything that they know, but they are not also sharing everything that they know either about it. And you can tell that there is a little bit of a like hesitation in their voice. And it
Can
was
I
kind of
tell
like,
why?
I mean, So if you remember, like when you first were doing stuff with the bees and you were doing really well with them, you got the sense that there was like a little bit of like, because I think you rolled a really good insight check on them when you performed very well. There's a little bit of fear and like when that came from, and so that might be translating a little bit here as well. But it's not really something that they're like. You can't tell if it's fear of you or fear of the ability or something else.
Okay.
But it is like some sort of like, it does put them, it like raises their like, I don't even know how to say it, raises their hackles.
Yeah, like puts them on
raises the
edge.
hair. Yeah, puts them on edge is a good word to say it. But they go, I will, wherever you want to meet, since like I'm assuming you told them you were going to the Wild Space Republic.
Yeah.
They go, I will plan to meet you there at some point and we can discuss more fully. We should really sit down and honestly have a like a real like conversation about you know, the guild and like your apprenticeship and like what that's going to look like now because of all of this going on. And we can maybe flavor it to have that conversation during this like ride, and I can think of something, but I am a little bit scatterbrained right now. So.
No, that's okay. I was actually thinking it'd be better if we waited until we got to like Titan, and then Mel can kind of like fuck off and meet up with Tally somewhere.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we can do that. And I will say, like, I think you get a proficiency, like, you get another 1 to your proficiency whenever you leveled up.
Oh, did I?
Like, I think it's a +3 now, I thought.
Yeah.
I think
Yes, is
for
that
me
correct?
it was an ability modifier change, not my proficiency.
Proficiency bonuses stay for the same on every, like if you're level 6 proficiency is your total levels. So if you're like 3 and 3, but your total is level 6, then that would be your proficiency bonus, is whatever level 6 is.
Oh.
I thought we were level 7.
We are.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yes.
So whatever level 7 the proficiency bonus is, I believe it's a +3.
+3.
My character sheet might have already done that for me. It did. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I will. Okay. In that case, with the bees, then instead of just the ability modifier, you at the end of the week, with Talison's help, you now can add your proficiency bonus as well.
Add the proficiency bonus to.
I can't remember what your bees do.
But just like to whatever the bee's ability is.
Yeah, I can't remember because it's like you use it as the. What are you using the ability modifier with the bees? Let me ask you that.
Oh god, I'd have to find the stat block, honestly. We can talk about it later.
Well, we can. Yeah, we can play with that later. But yeah, I will let you. We can talk about what the mechanics are, but you get to add proficiency bonus to stuff now.
Yay.
Cool. Solara.
He's sad. Whole week.
No, it seems like he's busy.
Yeah, if you want, like Orion's schedule, yeah, he is pretty busy. He's training Io a lot, and then he's also training himself. I just mechanically, so you guys know, I'm gonna level up all the NPCs too. Just because they've been doing shit with you, so they get it as well. So he's probably practicing new magic and stuff. I can't remember, Solar. The one thing I did want to hit with you. Did you tell anybody about the tattoo changing, or was it just Orion who knew?
It's right now it's only Orion who knows, I believe. And I did actually want to find Ares and I guess perhaps Rune. Because I need to be able to read where it's at now, if nothing else.
Yeah, okay. Ooh. Yeah. I think before you go and do that, at one point, like one of the first nights, Orion does, like, as you guys are like maybe like going to bed or something like that, he does like look down as like you take, I don't know if you have gloves on or anything like that.
Yeah.
But he looks down at them, and looks back up at you. And he doesn't really like super like ask, but he does acknowledge it and goes, those seem to change.
Yeah, she kind of just nods and goes, "It's a coordinate, so it has been moved."
Um, did you tell him about seeing the Sunweaver or anything like that? Do
No,
you?
I have. She doesn't say who moved it, but she goes, "I think it's at home."
You roll something real quick. You rolled a 19 insight to see if you were telling him everything.
Yeah, she's not.
If you're being intentionally vague.
Yeah, no, she's not telling him everything, and she's not specifically saying it. Do you want me to oppose roll, or do you want me to?
Are you trying to like deceive it in this moment, or
I don't know if she's ready to say that she knows that it's the Sunweaver without more information on.
She knows.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she's ready to tell him that.
okay? He doesn't. He does not press the issue. However, you do notice a little bit more, not a distance necessarily, but more of a like. There is not as many as like deep conversations that he has with you, so you almost feel a little bit like he's kept it a little bit more professional this time around.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's as much as like Solara like is like reliant, like has like a trust in Orion, like this is very like I would say altering for her worldview and her perception at this. Like she's going through a lot right now in terms of rethinking everything. And as far as she knows, like yes, Orion has sworn like to protect her. His first like obligation is always going to be as an agent of like Helia and his life's purpose. So she is not ready to share that. Like she doesn't know how well this information is going to be received in any case, and doesn't know what to make of it to begin to even be able to talk to him about it, or how in other ways that could fracture their relationship even more. So I think she accepts the distance. Like it's par for the course.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he makes himself busy because he needs to. But yeah, there's still like those moments that you guys have, I think throughout the week. And I think you both do agree and can like complain to each other that it is a little bit warmer on Mel's ship and that you are glad to not be so cold all the time. But yeah, you go to see Ares and Rune. And yeah, okay. Ares looks down at like your hands and like reads it and stuff like that. and messages like you and Rune that the location is now reading somewhere in the core syndicate.
Okay. Um. Oh, interesting. Mm, okay. Yeah. I guess I don't know. Is there any way I can look into that or
Yeah, you can give me a history check with advantage.
that is a nat 20?
Nice.
Whoa. Yeah, on a nat 20, you recall, like, you are very well versed in the history of the Stellar Empire. The Stellar Empire and the Core Syndicate have always had a very close relationship with each other. They were the two realms that were the ones that opposed and won together in the Great War 2,000 years ago. And since then, they have always kind of had a very like good relationship with each other. The Stellar Empire feeds the Core, and the Core distributes wealth very perhaps inequitably towards the Stellar Empire. Compensates them very handsomely for their like contribution to galactic economy and things like that. And you do know, like, you have visited the Core many times because that is the galactic seat of like all of galactic politics, power, things like that. And so there is a lot of allies for particularly obviously the Sunweaver, but other like higher ups in the Stellar Empire for them to have contacts and things like that. So it necessarily doesn't surprise. The only way that it surprises you is you would think that they would bring it home, but the more that you think about it, it probably makes sense, maybe more strategically, to send it to the Core Syndicate. Yeah. And I think Rune makes the comment, like, whenever Ares says that it's in the Core Syndicate, that he goes, do let us know if this changes again. The Core Syndicate is one that we will not be able to go to until I think we have everyone else's.
she promises to. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you tell Rune about the Sunweaver stuff, or you don't tell anybody about it?
After that comment, I do think like after Ares like probably fucks off somewhere because they're not happy with the world generally speaking. She kind of like looks to Rune and goes, it will likely be moved again. And just kind of like lets the conversation opportunity hang. And she's like, I don't know, you're the one who does probability.
He like nods, and he goes, there are two realms, and he does not name them, but you know what he's implying, where they have the highest probability that the shard will end up in. So he goes, I suspect if it is moved again, we will know where it is. And it might, and he like looks at you very like severely, like not in like a like mean way, but just like this is a very serious situation for you specifically. It might be somewhere that you are very familiar with, not too far from home. Your Majesty, I do not, as you like, if I don't know if you say anything to that, but he goes, I do not envy the position you are in right now, and I can never fully understand the gravity of it myself, nor can anyone on this ship. But it is one that you will have to think very carefully about. I may be able to see the possible futures. There is not a lot of them that look good.
Mm.
And I suspect, and he like looks up for a bit and he goes, the probability of it getting worse when we arrive to Titan is very high.
Good. Great. So Lara is honestly not doing well in this moment. Like she is, yeah.
Yeah.
But she just kind of like accepts the information, just kind of nods and goes, The crown has always been a heavy burden, and I don't see any other reality. And then she just kind of like drifts off. Yeah, generally I think spends a lot of time like in her own head, like having a really tough one. And like she, I think, does feel guilty on some level that no one else knows about it. And like she really like honestly does want to tell Orion, but doesn't feel like she can. Like doesn't feel like it's productive in this moment in time.
Yeah. I do think that night, when you like go to sleep and you wake up, there is one night, I don't know when, but you do wake up. I don't know if you actually give me just a flat D20 roll.
Oh, it's the 17th.
Okay, perfect. There is one night, specifically like that night after you go to bed and you're like tossing. I'm assuming Solar would probably be very tossing and turning and not having a great time.
Instead of doing her like I would say like typical ritual where she like spreads out and like covers herself in as many blankets as possible, instead of trying to like rest like that, she sits entirely straight up on one side of the bed and just like tries to will her body into a trance that way.
Yeah. Um, yeah, Orion definitely notices the difference in like your sleeping pattern. But I think only comments in the fact of, are you well?
She is not. But I don't know if she's going she doesn't know how to respond to that. Like it's obvious that she is not in her mind.
Yeah.
So she's going to like just shrug and be like, as I can be.
Is there anything Her Majesty would like or that would help ease?
I think she's probably like in this moment she looks very like wistful. Like she just looks very like she's trapped in something that she can't like really express. And she was like she says like I wish that this were more simple. And she like looks down at like her like the tattoos that have changed. And she's like, but I think that as it gets closer to home, it's only going to get worse. And she's like, and I have a lot of questions that I don't have answers for. And I don't think that plaguing you with my lack of answers will solve anything.
I think at that, like, he does come to sit like next to you. Just kind of like a gesture of like, I don't know, companionship. He does make sure to keep a reasonable distance between you two. But he goes, "My lady could never plague me. If you wish to, if you feel it is a burden and that will rest on your heart that way, I will respect that. But I find burdens are easier when they are carried by more than one person."
Man, yeah, she feels really guilty and gross in this moment. So she just kind of like looks at him like very head on and goes, and if it were to betray like, you know, the entire foundation of, and then she just kind of like gestures in between them, like of,
Yeah.
and she's like, of being your lady, and what then?
When you say that, are you like kind of referring to like Helia, or are you referring to like the Empire as a whole, or both?
I would say all of it, like the relationship to the guard and Helia, and the relationship to like her being the princess, and yeah. Mm-hmm.
It would like you're saying like it would ruin the foundation of like their relationship, basically.
Right, like the information that like she is withholding like affects that, like shakes the foundation of that, like directly addresses that to its core.
I would like to believe that we have built our own foundation. Perhaps I am stepping out of line or above my duty. But I feel you are Princess Solara. And he like lists out all the titles and stuff like that you usually have. But you are Solara. If you'd like to be here with me.
Tough. That's tough. Oh, that's tough. Wow. She kind of does burst into tears, I think, a little bit. Oh, wow.
No. No.
And then she just kind of like looks like very quietly like down at her hands, and all she says is like, the Sunweaver has it. And then like she kind of like looks up and she says, "Thank you."
I think he does like pull you into a hug at that point, like while you're crying. And like lets you just like dissolve in any way that you would like.
Gross.
He does not comment on the Sunweaver part, but he does like say, as he like lets you guys have that moment, and he kind of like leans back a little bit afterwards, and goes, I believe my goddess's light will I believe Helia's light will show us the truth. And reveal why they are in possession of the shard. He goes, when the time comes and this truth is revealed, we can make our judgments then. But I do wish you to know that I will always do what is best to protect you. And that includes most anything.
Mm.
Yeah, or I guess he says instead of that most anything, he goes, and that includes my life. If that were what is needed.
Mm. Yeah. She just kind of like, nods, says thank you. Um, she's not particularly worried. She knows that he will give his life. It's not his life that concerns her. I think in part it's his word.
And I think he does yeah. My duty is to protect you. And yes, I do have a duty to the church and my goddess. And he has a moment of vulnerability here for you. She has saved my life and my family more than once. But she has also given me you. And when the time comes, yeah, sorry, I'm trying to think what to say. Um, when the time comes, I believe that she will also help you as well. And the Sunweaver is but a mouthpiece of her will.
Mm.
But she is not the god. She is not Helio. I do not serve the Sunweaver, I serve Helio. And Helia has clearly chosen you, or at least I believe she has clearly chosen you to be the next Empress and to do good by your people.
That's gross. That's super gross. Yeah, I mean, so Laura is just going to kind of, yeah, once again, like say, like, thank you. Your faith means more than like and then she just kind of like laughs and like it's maybe a little bitter and she goes, perhaps my own should be stronger if she has chosen me so.
Yeah. I think that night you are able perhaps to sleep a little bit. I don't know. Does that help Solara sleep a little bit better?
Probably. Yeah. I feel like she does address it like before she's going to sleep that night. Like she gets like all comfortable and she looks over where like Orion's just kind of like on the edge of the bed and is like, it's okay. Like you can get comfortable. I know that I don't have great bed manners. I don't share frequently.
He laughs at that a little bit, after that very heavy conversation, and goes, I notice.
Take up as much space as you need to feel comfortable. You need a little bit more space than I anyway.
How gracious of Her Majesty, giving me blankets. What next, I suppose? And you wake up that morning. Give me another straight D20 roll.
Ah, I don't like that. 9.
Yeah. You wake up the next morning and like you guys are definitely like way too close, a little bit cuddled. Legs are a little bit entangled. He's got like one arm out like this. And he's got like his head like turned like with the other hand on his like his chest. But it does look like it was like in the night, like he like unconsciously like reached out and like pulled you a little bit closer. You guys wake up perhaps around the same time. Actually, you said you got a 9?
Yeah.
You wake up first.
Oh wow. I mean, well, I don't know. If she was comfortable. She was comfortable. Like she just kind of wakes up and then like very gently like sits up and like just stares for a second and then gets up and go makes her like little coffee or whatever for the morning.
Cute. Oh my god. Crazy. And there was one bed. Hell yeah. Cool. Before we do anything else, all of you, I want you to make a group investigation check on the tablet.
Can we also do it? Because there was the thing from Core too, right? The flash drive.
Oh yeah.
Core took that with them.
Oh, I see.
They like basically were holding it up because it was gonna like they were gonna bring it back to the Cowboys, but they didn't know if they were gonna go to the Cowboys at that
I
point.
have to pee, but I'll be back. Oh wow.
I was like, everybody else roll a 17. Yay.
Jesus fuck Christ. Okay.
I'm like, who's left?
Me.
Would have been
Sorry,
a
I
17
didn't-
with my
okay.
old mod.
I got a 7. I was too lucky.
Yeah,
The fuck?
Yeah. You guys, as you're looking through the tablet full of people from the mandate, it's information about the mandate. I can send you guys a little bit like more later. I'll just tell you the most important part. The contact that Aurelian, there's like several different contacts in the Wild Space Republic, and they have like dates of when they were last like updated or when they were like checked in with. And the one that there's like a couple in Titan because it's such a big district and such a big place. Yeah, we can get to that in a moment. The one that Aurelian has made a note next to like that's the one that like he would recommend if you're going to like this place in the Wild Space Republic because he didn't know where you guys were going at that point. You click on it, and the name Marjorie Gubbins. Mrs. Gubbins' name and picture pulls up with an address and ways to contact.
No way.
Yeah.
Lol.
You slag. Well,
For the sake of time, I'm going to say that we'll go ahead and end it here. And as you guys approach and come out of space, or hyperspace, I should say, you guys pull up on Titan, this huge conglomeration of different space stations, ships, and stuff like that, all like combined together in one big moving station. This is the capital of the Wild Space Republic. And hopefully the place for the next shard.
Yippee!
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 Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Finally.
Yeah. Juno, I think we're done with like main stuff. So if you want to go and do things, you are more than welcome. I'm sorry we went a little bit over. We got a little too gay here, but
We can always make time for gay.
yeah. But yeah, if anyone else wants to do things that we didn't get to in the session, I'm happy to stay on and do them with you. I just want to make sure that Juno could go to work if they needed to.
No work. I'll play.
Yeah.
No work,
Do we
only
have?
gay council.
Mm,
Do you have the? Because it's yours to tell. Do you have the conversation about like Solaris telling you to stay the fuck out of her business?
oh, yeah, I think like during like I'm assuming do we do a whole big like group debrief of everything that happened?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I think during that Io will just like turn to you and be like, and Solaris said stay out of her caves.
Yeah, Solara's gonna hold her hands up and be like, I didn't put myself there. Like
You like when this all happens, I think Rune is like within earshot. So I think also like during that conversation with you, Solar, where it's just one-on-one, I think he does like ask a little bit about that comment. And goes, was there some sort of magical side effects?
she tells him about like receiving the vision. Like she's like, I was in a trance. Like I was taken down to these caves. I saw all this shit, and this lady told me to get out. Like she says it in a much more like princess way, of course, but like
Yeah. And then did you,
like I mean I got this. I didn't try to go there. I was sent there. I thought it was by her, but very clearly not.
has this happened before? Anything else that you've had go on with this? Or I guess any other incidents of this?
I think that's the first one, right? The first time.
This also happened with the Sunweaver as well.
I thought I did that though. I was looking for the Sunweaver.
Oh, that's right, you were. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like I was checking the magical connection to the tattoo after I noticed that it changed.
Yeah.
But I will, because like while we're having that conversation about the Sunweaver, I will say like I think that they noticed me though. Like whoever like whenever I go to these places, like they are noticing me. Like not just the Sunweaver, but also like Solaris did as well. So like I don't know.
He thinks very hard on that. And he probably cross-references with Io to see like their description of like the place. And like they kind of like match up. And you remember when you like were doing the stuff with like in Solaris's cave, like there was that long tunnel where it was like very pink dim light, and then like on the other end there were screams. And Rune thinks about this like very, very hard. And goes, well, we've all seen that there's magical side effects from the shards. I would not be surprised if this is also the sort of side effect that you are having. He goes, I have some working theories about what it is. And I think it's in that conversation that you guys have about the Sunweaver. So I think it's that point where he's like, I will not burden you with those theories if you should take some time to sit with information.
Yeah, anything that's going to give me more questions than answers at this time is tough.
Yeah, so I think he keeps that to himself, but he will monitor the situation for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Mel, go ahead and give me an investigation check for the tablet.
That's only a 9.
Most of these names you're really not familiar with. I think once you have that conversation with Taliesin, perhaps some of these names will like stand out more to you, or if there are names, they would stand out. So maybe you can take it with you and cross-reference. But yeah, you don't see anyone's name on there that you like know. Cool. At least to me, I felt like I cut you off a little bit, Mel. Was there anything else that you wanted Mel to do, like in that week?
Yeah, I was gonna do an infusion on one of the pistols. It's like one of the more basic ones, enhanced weapon, I think. Let me
Okay.
pull it up again.
Damn. I hope you guys took good notes this session. There was a lot of shit.
If not,
We
it's
mostly did. Yeah.
It's not our best work, but it's not bad either.
Okay, we have the stream too, so I guess we can go back to that as well. Everybody got some shit going on, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot of lore
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I need to locate my list of infusions and make sure that I have this before I do it. But I'll send it to you, Kaz. That was the only other thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah, and I think like also with like, because I think I would also like Mel like that week too. Like after you tell like Taliesin what the moth called you, I think they insist that you guys have lessons every day for the week. So I think that's why I said you can add your proficiency bonus as well. And you're able to like also, yeah, if you want to send your bees through the like parts of the ship and stuff like that, I think you're able to closely monitor like stuff that's happening. I will say too, as you guys come out of hyperspace, Rune does check in with you and goes, make sure when you come out, shields are up.
Okay.
I don't know if something is going to happen, but want to be prepared.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think Mel just sends their bees through like the ductwork of the ship and stuff to like check the wiring harness and make sure nothing's been like chewed through by rodents while it's been in the barn or whatever for all these years.
Yeah. Yeah, your bees like find like definitely some like wear and tear. So they can like help you locate and like stuff. So I would say like you probably spend your week like in like lessons with Taliesin and then also like mending the ship.
Yeah, I think they were probably a little bit embarrassed when Ares like kicked the side panel and just fucking fell off.
Yeah. Yeah, Ares like does their job basically. Spends a lot of time on the observation deck, spends a lot of time in the cockpit. Does not makes a point not to interact with Rune if they can. Which I think only really you, Mel, pick up on. I don't know. Did you tell anybody else about like Ares being Rune's former student?
Me? I don't think so. I probably kept that to myself. It's not my business to share.
Sexy.
I think they're curious about it for sure. I think Mel really wants to know what happened, but I think they have enough social grace to at least recognize when a problem should be left alone.
Right, yeah. Fair enough. Cool. Yeah, let me know if you have any question about the guns. I couldn't find. You can flavor them as pistols. I don't really care. I just couldn't find a picture of like a sci-fi pistol that fit. So
Oh, worry not.
yeah.
Yippee!
Yippee!
What a good session.
Yay.
Good session. We got a lot of everybody's stuff in.
Everybody fucking cried.
It was very juicy session.
Yeah. Yeah. I know we've been focusing a lot on Morgan and Kireth, and I was like, damn, let me cook elsewhere.
Let me cook. We have stuff to cook.
Several pots on the stove.
Jaya, were you saying something?
Oh, I just said yippee.
Were you gonna say something? Oh. Hell yeah, brothers.
Mm.
Yippee!
I wonder what.
So next session on the 30th?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
In
And
person.
we're
Yeah.
next weekend. Then we're just like moving it to the 30th.
Yeah. Because this is gonna kind of set up. We didn't get through like everything that I wanted to do to set it up for Brian, but like it's not enough to constitute like a full session.
Fair enough.
So he might just have a little bit more exposition. So I'll like let him know that because we've been talking about his character and what he wants to do with it. But yeah, if there's anything else that any of you guys want to do that we didn't get to the session, I'm happy to do it now. But if not, I think that's where we'll call it. I will say for the one on the 30th, which is why I didn't want to like have PowerPoint night. It will probably be a longer session because we will be in person and because there is stuff to get through. So,
I do work that day as a heads up until 5. So
okay.
We can't
So we'll
start
just
until
have to
after that.
Okay, in the evening then.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I guess be prepared for that. It might run a little bit longer than 3 hours, but
We should nap in the afternoon and then be prepared to kick
I was like,
ass.
we will be well. Everyone will be.
don't plan to like. Oh wait, actually, I don't. Oh fuck, I don't know if we can do it that day actually,
Why?
because Juno works.
Oh.
What
The
day does
only day
everyone
that we get in on the 28th, so we would have to do it the 29th.
But then when are we going to do PowerPoint night? Because
Did we just swap
don't work
PowerPoint
with-
night with? Oh no, because Juno's not gonna.
the problem with the 28th is I think we're all getting there fairly
The
late.
28th is
probably,
absolutely not going to work.
for like anything.
Yeah,
Like I'm not
'Cause
even
me,
leaving
Jay,
White House until 5 p.m.
is that because Brian and Ian are like working?
Yeah,
Oh, good
yeah. I'm
lord,
probably gonna
okay.
be doing most of the drive because they're probably gonna be exhausted.
Well, we do still have New Year's Day and the 2nd, right? So we could do PowerPoint
No,
night on one of
Juno's
those.
working.
Or PowerPoint morning, then I guess.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jaya. Juno's schedule is Tuesday through Saturday, 2 to 11. So they really will not be available most of this trip.
Right.
Why couldn't? Oh, right, because we.
Tucker, what is your, and I guess Kaylee too, what do your work schedules look like that week?
I don't work again. I have a paid break right now. I'm on paid holiday break until January 5th. So
Okay.
I am available to hang out with everyone and do stuff.
Yeah.
The 29th, I work at close, but I can see if I can swap it. It's from 10:30 until 7. Tuesday, I'm 8:30 to 5. Wednesday, I'm 11 to 7, which sucks. And I'm also at Clark, which is really fucked. That's a really fucked up
That's
thing to do,
far.
somebody. I know. They're making me close at the farthest location from me on New Year's Eve, which is
Oh, that's fucked.
insane.
The
So it's
fuck?
going to be I'll be at work all day. I'm coming home and then we are hitting the fucking club.
Yeah, because
So-
like they work till 7:30. Clark is like another. They're not gonna be home till 8:30, basically.
Oh,
Right.
Jesus. What about the first?
The first time off.
Okay, so we probably need to plan to do PowerPoint/gift exchange like the more. Oh God, we're not gonna do that right after we go out.
No.
How about the second?
It's 9 to 5, and then Juno's working. So
8:30 to 5. Yeah. But
Okay.
yes.
So we may need to do PowerPoints virtually some other time, unfortunately, or someone's gonna have to miss.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
So
Let's
D&D first, because we need to like get that on the books and we can figure out how to slot in PowerPoint night. Because we could even do like little like, do we run through someone's PowerPoint real quick and like have a
Once a
little
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Tucker, can you get your shift like switched on the 29th to a day shift instead of a closing shift?
I can ask. Let me.
I mean, I guess when you say closing shift, what are the hours for that? Is that 11 to 7?
I'll be there until 7 unless we like run late, and then I might not be home until like 8. But
Yeah.
let me look and see who's all there that day and see if they want to
Okay.
swap.
we like PowerPoint night can happen. It would just have to be a night that would be very, very late, really, if we can't find any other time, like until
That's
after
true.
Juno gets off
Had your-
work.
After Juno gets off work.
How long, Sam, are you and Brian and Ian planning to stay?
We're staying from the 28th to the 4th. We're leaving on the 4th, I think.
And I live on the 3rd
Okay.
because I have to work.
Yeah, literally, guys, the only day that Juno is going to be off is like Monday, the 29th.
Okay, so
I guess with all-
we prioritize D&D. If we have to do it after Tucker's off, then we start at like a late-ish time, and it's not the end of the world. I mean, my sleep schedule is going to be fucked that week no matter what. So
Yeah, I would, for me as a DM, and for you guys as a player, for all the people who are traveling, I would prefer not to do it the morning of the 29th. So, like, if it's the evening of the 29th, that works fine. But I just want to give people time to relax and, like, take a second.
yeah, and we're definitely
So that we all have.
because by the time Sam and Ian and Brian get there, like if they're not leaving until 5, they're going to get there like super late. So I don't think anyone's going to want to get up early.
No.
I might be up early
and I wouldn't wanna make
regardless. My sleep schedule's absolutely fucked right now.
Fair.
but-
Okay.
Yeah. Tentatively the evening of the 29th, it sounds like, is the only time that D&D will happen, and then we'll figure out.
Yeah. I can do it the evening of the 29th. It's just going to change what time we're doing it on if I'm getting out at like 5 versus 7.
Right.
So tentatively, do you want to plan to do D&D 8 p.m. on the 29th? And then if we can do it earlier, we'll start earlier.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's the only time I can think of, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
Limited.
yeah, there's nothing we can do about it.
Are we going to, just out of curiosity, it doesn't matter to me either way, but are we going to play again on Sunday the 4th at our normal time?
Unlikely.
I mean, if. No, probably not then. Like,
Okay.
because it sounds like Sam and like Ian and Brian will be leaving that day.
That's right.
So,
Drive, so that makes
yeah,
sense.
I wish we
Okay.
could stay, but they have to work, so we'll have
Yeah.
to leave.
Okay.
I go back to work on the 5th, so yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Let's plan D&D 8 p.m. the 29th. We can figure out, I mean, like, we can talk in the Discord, like,
Yeah.
but I guess we can figure out all the other stuff, like, later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're
Because, like,
probably
without.
resigned to doing PowerPoint night and or possibly gift exchange like after Juno is off one of the days.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that, honestly, but I know not everyone else is a night owl.
No,
I'm fine.
I'd rather be able to do it and do it super late than not be able to do it. So
Yeah, and like PowerPoint night is like I mean I don't speak for them, but like I know that they would want to prioritize the gift thing over PowerPoint night. So
Yeah. I kind of figured we would just lump the two together at this point because like we'll all be in the same place.
Okay, I'm asking to get off earlier. We'll do D&D. Then
Do we want to go ahead and just tentatively plan for either the night of the 30th or the night of the 1st to do the PowerPoint night and gift exchange after Juno's off work? So late.
can we do it the 30th? Because I don't work until 11 the next day at Clark, and there's no way I'm gonna switch that shift. No one's gonna like
No.
take that from me.
Right.
So I could do like we can be up late on the 30th, do gift exchanges, do PowerPoint nights, kick it, have a good time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I can sleep in and go to work the next day.
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
So
Okay.
PowerPoint night late on the 30th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like probably at least 11:30.
Depends on the
Likely.
night. Yeah, Juno usually walks through the door about 11:13, but I think that depends on the buses and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Perhaps maybe you can do one of those. What was it, shifts where you like go in early and come home early?
I can ask. Yeah, it just depends on how.
Yeah.
Stressed all of the residents are.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
If they're having a bad night, I'll have to stay.
fair.
Okay.
That would be Tuesday the 30th. Because then whenever you come home, we're gonna do PowerPoints and gifts exchange. So if you can't, that's okay. We'll still do it when you can come home. But if you can be home sooner,
Sam,
Hot.
would during the day on the 30th or maybe the 2nd, what do you think as far as like us trying to go up to Evanston?
I mean that we can be way more flexible on. I'm content to go when like a bunch of people are just not available to hang out.
Okay.
Are you guys gonna drive there or take the train?
Oh, train for
that's
sure.
what I was actually
Train.
about to ask your opinion on.
Oh,
If you guys want to go on the 31st, I'm going up that way anyways on the red line, so we can all, because I work at Clark, which is like below Evanston. Or actually, it's honestly in Evanston, I think.
you are so brave, but I don't personally want to go do a bunch of stuff the same day that we're going out for New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh, if I do that, I actually will fall asleep while we're
Yeah.
out. There's
I'm
no
leaning
question
toward-
about it.
I'm leaning toward trying to do that on the 2nd because I think with us staying up super late on the 30th, we probably won't want to have gone and done a bunch of stuff either. But wait, okay, sorry, Tucker, one more time. On the 30th, which is the Tuesday, and the Friday, which is the 2nd, what are your hours?
The 30th, I work 8:30 to 5. And then
Okay.
Friday the 2nd, I work 8:30 to 5.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't really matter on your front whether we do one versus the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And neither of those are up in that direction anyways. I'm at Sheridan that day, so I'm not going to be going that
Okay.
way.
So Sam, let's just plan for the 2nd tentatively, just so I can stick it in my calendar. And of course, like anyone else who wants to come with us is welcome.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the more the merrier. I just want to get my eyes on the lay of the land and see if it's gonna work for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And no time like the present.
May as well while we're up there. I mean, that will
Right,
be the
which
only
is-
place so far that we're considering that I've actually like really visited. I've been to St. Louis plenty of times, but it's literally been like to stop and get coffee with someone for 15 minutes on my way through.
Right. I've been to like a concert there once.
Yeah.
But St. Louis would also be a lot more doable for us to like meet up there at some point and check
Oh,
things
yeah.
out. Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Real quick, Kaylee. I will try and make a stat block for Grim before the next session.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was gonna give it to you this session, but did not have time.
No, that's great. Thank you. Yeah. And we can also like chit chat a bit more because I do want to like reinvent her spell list a little bit. And
Yeah.
I will take your recommendation. We can look into more divination magic, even though she's not quite focused in that. We can flavor something.
Yeah, we can definitely flavor it. And see, what you want to do with it.
Yeah, and I will try to get. You'll be here, so I mean, we can definitely try to get that done before the next session. And yeah, I'm basically unemployed except for I'm getting paid, which is
Fucking nice.
really
That's really sexy.
So
You're just like, damn, I wish that were me.
learn how to speak to children in a really neutral way. And
Juno speaks to everyone in a really neutral way.
I'm
Yeah, actually.
like, I really think that you could easily do my job.
A kid would walk up to you and be like, "You're weird. I like that."
Yeah, I've never seen Juno interact with a child, but I feel like it would be.
It would be fine.
Yeah.
Kids have a barometer for weird that doesn't exist for them yet, at least at the age that I work at. So they'll walk up to you and just say just anything. Like it doesn't. Yeah. They're just learning how to talk. Like, so they'll say anything.
What are the odds?
Yeah, I will say Juno's niece does love them. So crazy
Kids
about
love
them
an
actually.
autistic motherfucker, I'm telling you.
I'm not there again until then. I'm going to try to get off earlier on the 31st. I'm going to ask everyone working that day and be like, would you pretty please close for me? You're all old. You're not going out for New Year's anyways.
Look at how pretty I am.
and
This
make sure
face
you throw
needs to
in
be
the,
seen
if
on
you
New
don't, you
Year's.
hate me.
And I will. And I'll also be like, what if you do that and I like buy you a coffee or something?
And if you don't, you hate me and want me to die.
And if you don't, I'm going to kill myself in front of yourself and your patient. And then it's going to be
It's gonna be everyone's problem.
Yeah, I will say for New Year's, I'm still looking at like different places. I will like be honest with you guys. The cover is probably going to be at least $20.
Yeah,
and
for
that's
sure.
being very generous. So
and we're going to be in a
we can-
line for a long time.
and
I
I don't.
Some people, I know that that's like what we want to do, but I really would like to consider we could just have a house party. There will be almost 10 of us because I don't want to spend $50 on one night where we're going to stay in a club for only a couple hours.
Right.
Right. Like I'd
Play
rather
music really loud and get drunk at my house,
I'd
especially
rather
with
hang out instead of waiting in a line for multiple hours, to be honest.
We're also all the Chicago people employed with jobs and can invite other people. So if we want to increase the amount of people here, like we do have access to that and we could like turn this hoe up. So that my vote is to stay home and save money and we'll just get fucking drunk here.
yeah.
booze is gonna be a lot cheaper at home than it's gonna be out on New Year's Eve.
We can
Right,
make
if we're
cocktails
spending
here.
$50 to just get in the door. Drinks are about to be another.
A
We
cocktail
could
here
do a
is
themed party. We could do like dirty 20s or something. We could make
we
fun
should
cocktails.
absolutely do a themed party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wizard. No, I'm just kidding.
How does everyone feel
Bring
about
back
that?
the wizard hats.
We have two.
I feel like that would kind of hit the best of both worlds where we have kind of the like going out shaking ass vibe, but also like without the actual having to deal with the shitty parts of going out.
I think we
Yeah.
can definitely like set an atmosphere and like shake some ass like in this. house.
Absolutely. And we can decorate for it here too. We can like put up some fun lights and some streamers and shit and get it
Damn,
looking
I
nice.
literally have so many party supplies in my fucking storage unit in Lawrence, goddamn Kansas.
Are you going to be in Lawrence at all before New Year's?
No, I'm probably not gonna be able to get anything from Lawrence again until like
I see. Does anyone have access to that?
I have
Other than you?
keys.
I see.
Yeah, Riley was supposed to have one and then she forgot to take it.
Nice. Because I was going to say, if someone, I know people will be back in Kansas and could potentially, I guess you're the only one going back, aren't you?
Cousins.
Kazi's going too.
Also, like
That would be
not-
another stop for them and another.
Yeah, it's not really on the way.
That would be so
I-
annoying,
I-
actually. Like,
I told Juno this, Jaya, but I'm gonna let you know too. I'm driving 13 hours from Columbus, Ohio, to Wichita, Kansas. So the ride back up when you guys go, that's you and Juno. I don't want to drive personally.
That's totally fine. I'm happy to drive
Cool.
however much.
So that's really up to you guys. I just got my car.
Sorry.
I just got my car fixed. So that is fine. It'll be okay for whatever you guys want to do. If you want to stop in Lawrence, I'm not driving, so it's not, I don't really give a fuck. As far as the party goes, obviously I'm sure it's apparent to all of you that is not my first choice for what we do on New Year's, but really the only reason you all make good points and the main reason why I'm going to agree to it is because my partner cannot come to a club because they will be coming out of work at that time.
They've come to
So-
a club after work before.
It wasn't on New Year's.
And then they didn't have a good time, and neither did I.
No.
And it's not going to be 10 below. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, yeah, that's not going to work well.
No. I
So
agree.
I am fine with doing that, and I will have a good time. Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a little bit though, because I'm a little bit irritated about it. And if people are up to it, it would also be fun if that weekend, if we could go out at least once. I don't mind house parties, and I'm glad that you guys all have friends and stuff that you're gonna bring. It's just not always my cup of tea.
I was gonna say, Kaz, if there's another night that you would want to go out, I would be down to go out a different night. I just think New Year's Eve itself is gonna be a hot fucking mess trying to get anywhere, especially for like not hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, I have been the one who's like researching it. So like, yeah, it is increasingly difficult to find a place that will like let us in for less than even $30.
Yeah.
So again, I'm not saying it's not a bad idea. It's just like not what I want to do, but I understand. So I will be with all of you. So that's not really like, that's the main priority for me on New Year's Eve is to be with all of you. And I would like to kiss my bitch at midnight. So
Everybody better shake some ass. You are not allowed to be in this house asleep. I will bang pans over your head, and I'm warning you now. It's New Year's Eve. Wake the fuck up.
I'm scared.
We'll have some music.
That was the day.
The booze will be flowing. Find a dirty 20s fit, whatever that means.
Is that the theme we're going with? Do I need to
I don't know.
acquire an outfit?
Are we? Because low key, the dress that I bought for Halloween that I never got to wear could kind of wear. It's all sequins.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need like a little feather scarf and some heels, and we're good to go.
We're gonna eat this up.
Are we is this the theme? Are we committing to this?
When I said dirty 20, I was genuinely thinking about that comment I made like 3 weeks ago about like what if we did themed cocktails. But I'm cool to roll with the theme. Like,
I don't really care. The theme can be whatever. Just let us know because we have to decorate the apartment.
I figured it was a group decision.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye, Juno.
Bye.
Love you.
I'll pop on some headphones for a little bit before I like actually. But it was lovely, lovely session. Excited to see everyone.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Okay, I will definitely think on potential themes because I do like dirty 20s, but I also like if there's something we can do that we don't have to like go buy outfits for, that would also be
Yeah.
great because I don't have something for that.
Mm,
20s
we'll figure it
fashion
out.
women.
Send themes, we'll vote.
Yeah.
End of day.
Okay, cool.
End of day. Have it on my desk by
Have it on my
8
desk by the
p.m.
end of the day.
Yeah, we can
Uh,
submit ideas and then make a poll
Pictures of spider.
and figure it out.
Yeah. Yippee yippee.
Yippee!
Can make some jungle juice.
Oh God.
We'll make good jungle juice. No, we'll make good jungle juice.
My one request is something that's a lower alcohol content for me.
Wrong, higher alcohol content.
You
Well, I
have to
might
get
actually be able to drink something now because I've been off my antidepressant, or not off them, but I'm lowering the dosage right now, so I might be able to drink. I don't know.
We should get little ties for the cats so they can all look like servers. They can wander around in their little like bow ties.
Well, but I have like collars with little bow ties on them.
But we
It's
should
just
do the
to
full
keep
like
them all
black
warm.
like bow tie.
That would be so cute. Biscuit and a little black bow tie would make me feel
Shut up.
Mm.
Yippee.
Any other details? Any other plans we want to like hash out? Ooh.
Nothing specific that I can think of.
Something will probably
Yeah.
come to me later, but
Yeah, I guess.
I also,
The approach.
I don't know. I would also encourage us to like put breaks, because knowing us, we always say that we're going to do all these things, and then we all get very tired and irritable and don't want to do them.
Yeah, that's why I
So-
was kind of like, I don't want to necessarily, other than like the big things, plan a lot of stuff. I feel like we're kind of going to want to just go like day by day. Like,
I agree. I think that it's, and like not right now, just like over time, maybe come up with some stuff that you would like to do, because I also don't want it to be one of those trips where we all do nothing. Like, I want you guys to
Oh,
the city and
believe me, it won't.
yeah.
The only things I'm agreeing to are the PowerPoint night, D&D, and going out because I work all the other times. But I'm
No,
happy
that's
to like
fair.
Yeah.
play it by ear
When you say going out, are you talking about going out on the weekend or like the house party?
on the weekend.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit low on emotional regulation because this was a lot of things to give you guys for the session. And I'm also I'm not sleeping very well because of my ADHD meds. They're keeping me up, so I literally have a migraine all the time from sleep deprivation. So yeah, I'm not upset with you guys or anything. I understand the logic. I just was a little bit irritated because I was doing a lot of research for going out and it does not matter anymore. So it's fine. But I'm happy to go out with anybody who wants to go out on the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, partner. We'll do it. We will do it. Do it.
Cool. Great session, guys. You all did great. I think this was one of the favorite ones that I've DM'd personally in this campaign.
it was a really
really
good
Great
session.
session.
It was good. We got through many things.
Very juicy.
Yeah, much to think about.
There was a lot.
I was
like,
trying
everyone has their own, little details.
I was trying to play
they're
Rune in such a way that
exploring.
wasn't like super creepy, but
I think
I
you
guess
towed the line well.
It was good.
yeah. It does feel a little bit, I think to him, you have that like guilty old man feeling, but we'll play with it.
And how interesting that is to explore.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Excited to see what happens when he finds out that Hebe's a fucking virgin.
Hell yeah. I think Rune's a virgin too.
I don't think that. I think that Ray has had some really crazy sex.
I don't know, man. The way he reacted when I was like, "Do you want me to show you?" And he went, "I know how to have sex." I don't know if you do.
I think he's just like, yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily Rune is never, even if I talk in an irritated way, he's never, I think, truly irritated. There's very few times that he's like actually irritated. He is like an old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very dry guy. So like you saying that, like he just like passed by and was just like, I know how to have sex.
Believe me, child.
Yeah. But that is interesting just because, I don't know, arcane hunters are also not really like encouraged to have like relationships of those types of things. I mean, I definitely don't think that it's like the same like really harsh restrictions like a Jedi would have. Like I guess in canon, but they're definitely like monitored if they do.
Well, yeah, and obviously Hebe has never really allowed herself to have a close relationship ever. So that'll be super interesting.
Yeah.
She literally fought a
Okay.
battle with these fuckers and is like, I don't know, are we all friends?
Yeah, you guys haven't really established that either, so
I don't know if we are.
I don't think we are.
Yeah, I don't think we know
We
each
haven't
other well
established
enough
that.
yet.
I think that's why I said I think we're well on our way, but
Like, I would trust you guys with my life, but also I don't know if we're friends.
It does
We
have
have
that
an agreement.
energy.
I'm getting on my phone.
yeah. And you can definitely use like that time too if you guys want to build a sort of like any sort of relationship. Like that's the time to do so because you are all cramped for a week together.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun to develop some friendships more. I don't know if Mel would have board games on that fucking ship or something of that nature.
God, we play Monopoly and fucking kill each other.
Oh my god, we would come out of that ship like half dead.
Okay, guys, I have another social thing tonight, and I'm a little bit drained, so I will talk to you guys later. Message me, Mel, for stuff, and if you guys have anything else, you know where to find me.
Where?
In your house, in your walls.
Yay.
Yay.
Bye. See you.
Bye.
Then there were 5.
Wow.
Juno actively on their way to work.